MJ.
Hello, Andrea.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm just dandy. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, what a great weekend of racing we have had. I'm so excited to talk about this on Laps Down. I was in my Uber home and I was like, get me home, take me home to MJ. We got to talk about IndyCar. It was so fun. Also, they may or may not have given me a free shot of some variety and a free drink.
A surprise shot. Those are the
It was green. I don't know. It was
best ones? Green?
It was a green color, a pistachio color. I don't remember what it tasted like.
I'm not even sure what that would be.
Me neither. It was fun though. Anywho, I'm so excited. I was hoping that if you don't mind, maybe we could switch up the order today and we could talk about IndyCar first. Is that allowed?
We can do that. IndyCar, NASCAR, and then F1. IndyCar, F1, NASCAR. What are you feeling?
IndyCar, NASCAR, F1.
Okay, cool.
Do you like the way that cooks? Because I'm feeling excited. We have a new winner that we'll talk about in IndyCar. But first, we have some pre-race news. Did you know that Marcus Armstrong was potentially not going to have a contract with Meyer Shank for 2026? I was not tracking that, and then it was announced that he does.
Yeah, he signed for a 1 year last year, so I did have a good grasp on that. But I also was kind of like, no, I think we've all decided he's going to stay there, so there's not really a reason to. Don't waste an Instagram post on that, you know?
But no, there are some contracts where I'm like, you don't have to announce that to me. I already was accepting that he was there. Yeah, and like you only get so many breaking news graphics a season. Don't waste it on this.
I agree, but.
So what's
excited for him?
Is he on another? So was he like a 2-year contract or something? So he has another year?
He's a multi-year.
Oh, whatever.
Multi-year could literally mean anything. I hate that that's something that carries on through all motorsports.
It's vague.
That doesn't happen in other sports. It's like it's 6 years, it's 2 years. It's like, don't give me a multi-year. I'm gonna give him 1 year. I'm mentally giving him 1 year, and then we'll reevaluate at the end of next year, and I'll decide if he gets to stay for a second year.
No, I love it too when multi-year is a lie. Because, like, I feel like in F1, there's people, like, I think, like, there's so many times where they're like, this person's going to lose his seat. And they're like, I thought he was on a multi-year. And I was like, that's fake and it's a lie. It was never real.
I don't even think there's really contracts in F1s. I think it's just handshakes and, like, DMs. And I think that's what they go off of.
They like, DM ESPN F1 on Instagram. And they're like, hey, just so you know, we signed Checo, multi-year, Cadillac. Let's go.
Yeah. Are we going to start with F1? I thought we were starting with IndyCar.
No, I don't.
You just read the one thing we have for F1.
Oh, sorry. Whatever. Okay, do we want to just talk about it then? Whatever, fine. Yeah. F1's like the worst version of IndyCar. Okay, so basically what had happened was Cadillac still doesn't have drivers. And then
ESPN announced that they literally said like the word confirmed or official that Checo and Valtteri were going to be in Cadillac, and people are reposting it like crazy. And it cites their sources as sources.
No, that's so true.
My beef with ESPN F1 is everlasting. It's just a gossip page. It's Deux, but with collab posts with literal ESPN. Yeah. It drives me bonkers. How are we allowing this?
Well, my sources actually told me that it's probably going to be Colton Herta and Fred Vesti. So that's what
they actually told me that too. My source trust me, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they said, well, what about Colton's super license? And I was like, no, my source said that they got rid of that barrier. They just said, it's fine. He's good. And gave him like a little wave through.
We don't respect the super license in our country. So we overrode it.
You guys have a super license in Europe? That's interesting. We have an intergalactic license in the US, and he has one, so he's good.
More like a super stupid license. Am I right, ladies?
Got him. That's what I think about you saying Colton Herta is going to F2. That's so insulting, and I hate it. Stop saying it.
You know what?
Please.
Fuck it. Send him to F2. Let's see what he can do. Is he going to be... But if we're sending him to F2, which he has been like, no, that's just a rumor. But I don't think that's fun. Let's indulge in it for a minute. Are we going to send him to like a good team? Like, is it going to be a fun? Also, F2 doesn't do pit stops, right? So,
Oh
no,
my
they
God,
do. They do, I think, actually. I take that back. I'm
they
thinking
do
of
a
Indy
lot of
next.
they do a lot of sprint races though in the F2 championship, and those don't have pit stops. So Coulthard is gonna fucking soar through F2. He's gonna
I'm just
fucking lock down that championship in like 3 weeks, no problem.
imagine they're like, okay, you're gonna go to F2, but you're taking your pit crew with you. Your tire changers are coming with you. It's like, no. Bless their hearts. They just can't. They just ruin his race sometimes, and it's driving me nuts.
You did mention Dumois, and I don't know if we have this on our doc. The Dumois post. Can we
Oh, do you want me to pull it up?
It said something, I think, yeah. Let's read it word for word because it's important that we're accurate in our reporting because we're real journalists.
Journalists.
For
those of you who don't know, because I think our audience is kind of like diverse in age range, so I'm sure people don't waste their time.
Follow that, yeah.
Dumois is like a gossip page where it's just like blind items. Like people will just submit sometimes lies, sometimes little nuggets of gossip truth, and then they'll just post it. And there's no repercussions. Everything's anonymous. It's truly a hellscape.
Mm-hmm.
But Dumois posted from Speedway Spy. The subject is Trackside T, and it says, here's I'm going to directly quote it. Spotted. IndyCar heartthrob Pato Award taking his talents off the track and onto the dating circuit with none other than a well-known paddock interviewer. And so we were like, let me think for a second. Well-known paddock interviewer. I can think of a couple. Georgia, obviously, but like Georgia's busy. Georgia has a baby. She's probably not. She's not going out on the town with Pato Award. I think this one's obvious. Jack Harvey. It's Jack Harvey.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I think it's crazy to me that you're going to call Pato Award the heartthrob when he's going out apparently with Jack Harvey on the town. No, but I also I don't know who else it would be. Who else is a popular IndyCar interviewer?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's only one right answer, and it's Jack Hollywood Harvey. I mean, because they said specifically like paddock interviewer. So like part of me, I'm like, okay, is he like, is Pato like maybe rekindling a romance of some sort with James Hinchcliffe? Because surely they have history. I don't know, right? Or like maybe he's exploring new connections with Will Buxton, or like maybe he's trying to squash some sort of beef with Townsend Bell. But they're not paddock like interviewers. They're in the booth.
It could also very possibly be he was just spotted with someone he was giving an interview to. I don't know. We don't have enough details.
Yeah. No, it's not unreal to believe that he was at an IndyCar paddock and there happened to be somebody who also works at IndyCar in that paddock at the same time. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not too silly to believe that isn't true. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye out for whoever this Speedway Spy is. It sounds like they really got their fucking boots on the ground and they're doing some hard hitting spying, making sure that they're keeping a close eye on Pato and everybody he talks. This week reminds me so hard. I'm so sorry if I don't remember who posted this, but when they were like, Pato Award was spotted talking to Mario Andretti or some shit. Who was that?
Oh, yeah. They were like Mario. It wasn't even that. It was at the beginning of the season, I think, when we were all still really crazy about the Cadillac stuff and a bunch of F1 fans were keeping their eyeballs out on the IndyCar driver lineup. And someone posted a picture of Andretti outside of Arrow McLaren and was like, guys, guess what I just saw? And I was like, well, he does work. That's where he could be for sure. I mean, it wasn't like he was talking to anyone in orange or anything. He was just simply outside of it.
He's like, what? He was waiting for Pato to pick him up for his date. Like, what do you want? Like, where is he supposed to wait?
Crazy to me.
What else did we have? So we also had a absolutely stunning car reveal from Jacob Abel before the race weekend. And they even did something interesting where they changed the number on his car. It was so beautiful, can I say? Mm-hmm. It's like I don't even drink. Is it Miller Lite? Is that the beer? I don't know beer. I'm not a beer gal. I should I invest? Should I start getting into? Should I just be like, this is going straight
Should
to
you
Jacob
get
Abel's car,
stocks in
right?
Miller Lite?
I'm just like, if I invest, does it go straight to Jacob Abel's car? Like, if so,
I would
like,
assume so. I'm just glad that he finally got one of these Miller Lite cars on the track for a race.
dude, that is so exciting. And it got some great screen time today when it was being lapped.
Dude, that move that Christian Rasmussen like pulled, I was like, who is that car? And I was like, whoa, it's the Miller Lite car.
Oh, she's so beautiful though. She's so beautiful though.
No, it was cool. They changed the number in in everything. They changed it from 51 to 50. I guess I didn't really look into why, but it was very reminiscent of like Dario Franchitti's like car at the Indy 500.
Yeah.
Way back in the day in like the 2010s.
Before
so that was cool.
Was watching whatever this stuff is.
I was too busy trying to learn pre-algebra, but that was sick.
It was so pretty. I mean, we are going to start probably putting together some stuff for our Laps Down awards. And I know last year we did like best like liveries and paint schemes and stuff. Like I can't help to think like for IndyCar, one of those Miller Lite ones is going to have to make it. Do you like this one more or the one he had on bump day?
I like the one he had on bump day more. I think
Dude, the
red.
bump day one was so pretty.
It
was a sad occasion, but it looked good.
Sick car though. Maybe he'll bring it back next year.
Yeah. And it'll be completely different. I'm sure Dale Coleman will, it'll be different next year.
Everything will be better. Yeah. I know it.
Okay. So then some other pre-racy type stuff. Did you get a chance to watch the Indy Next race?
Absolutely, I did. Dennis Hauger picked up, well, he didn't win, but he won the championship title over Kyle Collette, which was really exciting. That kid's an absolute beast, absolute maniac. Yeah. Just pops over and is like, I don't really know ovals, but I'm sure I could probably absolutely dominate your series. And that's what he did. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, it's like very fun when you watch like an Indy Next race because the commentators, they really they're like, we don't really know how to express to you guys, this guy is really good. So they just consistently list his resume. Like they're like, yeah, he was pretty good before he got here. And so turns out he's pretty good here too. And then they decided to start dabbling into speculating his next move because if you're kind of new to IndyCar and Indy Next, like you get money if you win Indy Next that could go towards a team picking you up for a seat so that you don't have to worry as much about like the sponsorship aspect of it all. And like you get at least 1 year where they like really try to make sure that there's somebody who would want to pick up the Indy Next champion. Did you have any thoughts, feelings about who might be interested in a Dennis Hauger?
Well, he drives for Andretti, so it's hard for me to believe that Andretti wouldn't try to make a move to get him in a seat. Unfortunately, they do have all 3 cars filled for next year. Whether it be, I don't know whether he would do another year in Indy Next. I don't know whether they would field a 4th car just for funsies with no charter. Because I know like Brian Herta has kind of talked about fielding a car. I don't know how realistic that is anymore. That kind of died down a while ago. But it's like there's not a lot of other Honda teams that they're not like really directly competing against that have a seat open that would be ready to just harbor him for a year and then toss him in once Marcus Ericsson goes out. So I don't really know. But it'd be interesting because it like sucks. It would suck for him to stay in Indy Next for another year because he's so good. It would suck for the Indy Next drivers. And it would also be like, I don't know, can't we get him in a Dale Cohen or something? Isn't there somewhere we could put him?
Yeah, I think like Lockie Hughes and like a couple other people in Indy Next would probably be like, get this guy the fuck out of here, please. I'm trying to like look like I'm good. And he's like putting a damper on that. I don't know. I guess like there's been talks about, some other team maybe striking a deal with Andretti and picking him up and holding on to him until Marcus Ericsson's contract is out. But there's also a chance that maybe somebody is willing to just foot the bill completely to Andretti and just buy him out of that like deal that he has. Is that a possibility? Right? Like they could be like,
if they were willing,
stack of cash.
if they were willing to let them go, I think it would be a possibility. I just don't know if they would be willing to let him go. But they did let go Louis Foster, so.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think it is a little bit different, would they be willing to let him go? I think they have come to the conclusion that they are willing to let go of Marcus Ericsson, but it's just like timing didn't really work out. And I wonder if they thought that it would take Dennis Hauger 2 years to win the championship, because that's kind of been, I guess, like more of a trend is it takes people 2 years to win the championship in Indy NXT. So maybe they just miscalculated a bit and they made Marcus Ericsson's contract go to when they thought Dennis would win. I mean, he doesn't know how to drive ovals coming into this. So I could see how they would think like might take him 2 years. I don't blame them for assuming that.
He was accidentally too good. Too good, too quick. Hate when that happens.
It's just like
hate that.
I mean, how do you account for that? You know what I mean? I felt so. It was so funny like, seeing him try to put his Pole Award sticker on his car on Saturday, and there's like literally no more room.
No room.
Like he's like covered the whole back wing of the car in Pole Award stickers. Too good. Okay, before the race, we also had a bunch of engine penalties. We're in that time of year, I feel like, where everybody is just taking their engine penalty, seeing what happens. We had one for Scott Dixon, Kevin Simpson, and then after practice, we had one for Louis Foster because his engine took a shit during the practice session. You talked a little bit about in your 4 laps video, Scott Dixon struggling at this track and stuff. Is it like he always takes an engine penalty here? That like kind of like Max Verstappen does it at Spa or whatever. They're like, like we'll like throw his engine penalty here because he can take it. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to go back and I don't even know. Do they have records all the way back for engine penalties? I don't know. But he's had 14 starts here and he hasn't had any super stellar drives, which is really odd for Scott Dixon because even if he has like a handful of like bad drives, it's like, okay, yeah, but we can compensate with the, half a dozen times he's gotten a podium. And I don't know, it just didn't click here. I guess today he did pretty well. He ended like P9 or something. Odd though, very odd. And I guess we might as well put our predictions in now for engine penalties for next weekend. Probably Christian Rasmussen.
Do you think that's why they let him do like burnouts and shit at the end? Yeah, whatever. We're already gonna have to.
I truly don't know if they let him do anything. He was just like, wouldn't it be sick if I did some burnouts right now? And it was. I was genuinely shocked.
Sick. No, I literally was like, thank you, Christian. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing the burnouts. It's so sick. I can't wait. Please, everybody go ahead and just do burnouts in Nashville. Like, end the year off strong. I want to see it from everybody, please.
Everybody
all at once. Just don't run into each other.
It's like PE where it's like everyone find some space, put your arms out, spin around, make sure you're not going to touch anybody. Okay, now go.
I wish he would have done like what they do in NASCAR where they like ram the car into the wall.
And do the burnout that way.
Yeah.
That would have been sick.
Keep it in mind, Christian. Keep it in mind. If you do well in Nashville, there's more you could do. I'm thinking he'll take there's got to be something there. Who else do we think will take an engine penalty? What happened to Will Power? Oh, wait, no, he hit the wall. I was like, did his engine die? No,
it was a toe link.
Dude, I should have fucking known. There's only one thing that'll take you out of the race completely. Dude. You fuck a toe link, you're done.
I would not be surprised if Scott Dixon didn't take another engine penalty at this point. It's because he ran through all of his just anyone in a Honda, the Chip Ganassi boys. Screw it. Maybe Marcus Ericsson.
I don't know. Has Colton Herta taken an engine penalty? That seems like the sort of penalty he'd have to take in Nashville just to ruin his life a little more.
Might as well. Bless
prolonged suffering. I don't know. I feel bad because I don't think Kiffin needed a penalty to make things worse for him today. I think he could have done it all on his own, but the penalty was just a little cherry on top.
A little extra
something. Speaking of prolonged suffering, we had a qualifying in which Colton Herta and Felix Rosenqvist had a crash. Colton's he saved. He said it didn't feel like a save. And he was really sad about it. But he did literally save it. Like, he didn't hit the wall. I was like, Colton, please.
It was totally fine. And I was like, Colton, you did this exactly last year. Like, this is what you did. Like, stop pretending this isn't part of your strategy. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like,
it's not funny.
Literally, you're like trying to fucking get sympathy from us when I know that you are doing this on purpose. Don't lie to me.
You just have a thing for starting in the back and just like have it. I hate that he does that. I hate that he does this where he's like, he's sandbagging is what he's doing. He's like, oh, frick. I
frick. Last. I have to start
Shoot.
Last.
Oh my God. It'd be crazy if on the first lap, like, I don't know, overtook 9 cars or something. That'd be really crazy. I bet they'd talk about it on the broadcast. Maybe they'd even show my onboard. He's just trying to get his sponsors more time, is what he's doing.
Do you think he's just trying to get that fuck-ass biggest mover award? He's like, if I can't get a fucking podium, at least I want the biggest mover award. They're like, Colton, please. Colton, please, you can't get a podium. Just stop doing this.
It's like, could you imagine if you started from like P6? Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? Or maybe he like thought that like maybe he's doing like a big one Daytona strategy where he was like, everybody's gonna crash and then I'm gonna be in the back and I'm gonna like hero lap it and like get to the front. He was like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of energy going on in the mid pack. I don't want to be there, and he's sandbagging it to be at the back.
That's smart. He's like, yeah, famously Milwaukee Mile is just like a
there's
Daytona.
Gonna be no. He saw Santino, fucking Connor Daly, and Christian Rasmussen qualifying next to each other, and he was like, how do I get firmly behind that? How do I make sure I'm nowhere near it? I don't know. But Rosenquist was not as lucky. He crashed. He actually broke his car big time. And then they did manage to get him back out for the final practice highline thing, which we, I guess, don't do the morning of the race anymore. We do it the night before. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Sure. And then he was like, yeah, hey guys, I don't know if it's a big deal or not. My car, it absolutely sucks ass now. It doesn't drive well at all in any way. And then he just, I guess, lived with that today. They were just like, well, that's the car we got, I guess. It was kind of depressing.
I'm just getting so sad about Meyershank Racing.
Guys, you're making her so sad.
This whole season, I've been like, they're so close. And they are. They're so close. And then it's like one little thing, one little crash, one little Kiffin Simpson, and they're out. But I guess that only accounted for like half of the team today. I guess the other driver did fine. But it's just like, I really want Fro to – he's going to win soon. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it.
Maybe it's like because he didn't have like a cool livery this week.
He wasn't as strong.
What do we have for next week in Nashville? Do we know? Has they announced it? Can we get one of them?
I'm sure it'll be.
Bring back the Creed one. He was like in top 6 at Indy 500 qualifying with the Creed livery. Like, bring it back.
That's true. They usually do a music one for Nashville, so I wouldn't be surprised if he had a different livery.
Come on, Creed livery. Everybody, drop your votes in the chat.
I want it to be a Megan Maroney livery because they're in Nashville. Like, it has like little blue bows on it and stuff. Like, give me something fun. Give me some like country. It's like Sugarland. Oh, Shania Twain.
No, you know what Fro would like thrive in? He gives so like the chicks energy. Like, that is his energy to a T. Like, he would Wide Open Spaces is playing while he's just sending it on an oval.
So good. That'd be so good. Please.
Make it happen, Meyershank. What was I going to say? Oh, while we're talking about Meyershank and pre-race stuff, can we talk about the Marcus Armstrong, Will Buxton hot lap video that dropped? Because
that was crazy.
I think that he did the best of all of these little like driver hot laps videos all year. He really went out of his way to give Will a show.
Part of me was like there were parts of it that I thought were really funny. There were parts of it that I was like, this is incredibly cringe of Marcus Armstrong.
To just like Will Buxton.
Well, just like trying to be like cool guy. I was like, this is every guy I've ever met on Tinder is what he's doing right now.
Well, no,
I was like,
seems like a
are you trying to rizz up Will Buxton? Is that what's happening? Because it's not working.
I liked it when he said, do you know how to heel toe, Will? And Will was like, you don't.
No. And then when he's like, in some places in the world they do standing starts and then he just absolutely stalls it. I was like, hey. Hate that.
Why was Jack Hollywood Harvey in that video? He's not been in any of the other videos. Do you think they were like, Jack, do you want to get in this? He's like, sure.
Maybe Townsend opted out. He's like, these young guys, I hate them.
Let me know if Santino's doing one. I'll hop in.
Call me when the Ferrucci's in the pilots.
Oh God. No, I think he is like guy on Tinder. I think that's his persona, and I think it, like if you do it well, it's interesting. I think it's somebody's got to do it.
I think that's like a logical fallacy. I don't think you can do guy on Tinder well.
Right. Okay. No, it's
something to think about. Makes you think.
Deep thought makes you think. So then we're finishing up qualifying, and David Malukas is firmly on provisional pole. There's only one person that has to go left, Alex Palou, but he's like starting to. They got like the David Malukas cam going. Like they're like he's about to get pole, and then Alex Palou for no reason. Because it's like he's just doing it for the love of the game at this point. He's already won the championship. He's just getting off on like crushing everybody's hopes and dreams. And he dominates qualifying. Just like puts in like
half a second faster.
Oh. David Malukas.
Where'd that come from?
They literally cut to David Malukas and he's like this. And they're like, yeah, you can cut the David cam. I don't think it's happening for him.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
Bless his heart. But we interestingly also had like the Penske's doing very well. Like they were up in the, top 5 or 6 spots. We had a Christian Rasmussen and Connor Daly like top 10 moments in qualifying. And we're like, okay, we're cooking something up here. I think Milwaukee might be cooking something up. And they were in fact. Oh my God. And then they do the final practice. Is it usually the night before, or is it not supposed to be the morning of the race?
For ovals, it's usually the night before.
Oh, the night before? Okay. This is me.
We just don't have a lot of ovals. We're not really an oval series anymore. We're trying to be F1.
They're trying to turn everything into street racing. Tragic. Hate to see it. So we see the final practice and Santino is like fucking around in his pit stall and then he's like going to leave and he like gets like some wheel spin or something like that and just crashes into the back of Dev's car who had not gone out yet because he was in like the next group. And I think he got a penalty for it, but they were just like, Dev was like, the fuck happened? Like Dev was literally standing there like ready to go for practice and then they're like, sorry, they broke a toe link. You know how that is. We can't drive the car when we broke the toe link. And I think that's the first time I've ever felt bad for Dev. He was like, I really could have used some practice. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no, that's fine, I guess. I don't know.
That was crazy. I don't know what that was. And it's also we got to have a real talk about Santino Ferrucci, I think, Mr. Foyt. And we got to be like, hey, he's crashed his car twice now. He's purposefully, me just putting that on him. He's
targeting people.
He's trying to take out Dev, who's not even his competition.
Dev has never been anywhere near him on an oval. He needed that practice really bad. It was targeted.
And he ended up they both had matching toe link issues because he smacked his own wheel on him. So it's like, and he's like, I've never done that before. I'm sorry to them. But like, I really have no idea how that happened. I was like, whoa, how did that happen? How did that happen?
He's so bad at it. Like, I almost have to admire, in a way, he is boy on Tinder when he tries to give a fucking apology because it's always like the least amount of accountability he could possibly take despite being the one who made the mistake and did something wrong. He's like, I've never done that before. Like, I've never seen that happen. I have no idea what happened. I mean, I'm sorry, I guess I'm sorry. I'm sorry to them like, or whatever. It's like, you hit him. Just say you're sorry. That's it. You all have to say sorry.
He did say sorry, which I was incredibly impressed by. I was like, there's no way he's going to say sorry. I was like, first of all, there's no way they're going to get him for an interview, but then they got him for an interview. And he said sorry. So I was like, something fishy is going on at this AJ Foyt camp. Things are really tense, seemingly, for no reason. I don't know. Maybe you think he's like on the fritz because he's like, well, my teammate is going to move up to Penske. And it's like, I've been at AJ Foyt for so much longer. I've done so much better in the AJ Foyt car because I've been here for 15 years or however many years he's been here. But then David Malukas comes in 1 year, doesn't perform that well, and then gets moved up to Penske. His like eyes twitching as he's saying this also.
He's like, sorry, what the fuck is going on here? No, I think that like there is a chance that AJ Foyt has had to have a conversation with him this year and been like, hey, so like we love you, Santino. We're AJ Foyt and we love you. But it turns out people don't. And that is a problem, probably.
I would be shocked if that team cares.
The way he's been doing like a PR like tour recently is so confusing to me. Like he's been on like every motorsports podcast. And like every motorsports podcast that's had him on has had like significant backlash from their audience being like, why are you interviewing Santino Ferrucci? We do not fuck with him. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, why are they interviewing Santino? Like, why is he doing all these podcasts? What is he trying to do?
I bet he's trying to get a contract.
He's trying to rehabilitate his image.
I don't think he cares about the image. I think he cares about the sponsors. More eyes equal more sponsors, whether they don't like you or not, because he has sponsors. He has loyal sponsors.
True.
I don't know how much money they're bringing in, but it's like clearly
Santino,
someone will pay.
If you go woke, you'll go broke. They like you the way you are. Keep being the worst fucking person on the IndyCar grid. Your sponsors love it. That's what I feel like AJ Foyt is doing.
Yeah, I don't know. But Fox did this thing before, like in the promo where they called Ferrucci, Daly, and Christian Rasmussen the Brat Pack. Because they're kind of like ornery on the track, I guess. And it's like Santino's had beef with Daly and Daly's had beef with Rasmussen. And apparently
Santino have no beef.
No, it's not like a full triangle. It's like when like in Twilight they call it a love triangle, but it's just like Bella and Edward and Bella and Jacob. And it's like, okay, but are Jacob and Edward, do they have anything going on? And the answer, yeah, but like, no, clearly. So that promo was so weird. But what was even weirder, did you watch like the Jack Harvey pit run?
Oh, a little bit, yeah, but not all. He said, I didn't catch what Ed Carpenter said to Jack Harvey that made them all giggle.
Ed Carpenter said that he's waiting for Christian to propose to Maria, who is his girlfriend, who was sitting right next to him. Oh, that's what he said. And then I was like, oh, wait. It's crazy that...
Is it because that person that proposed in front of Rossi?
I bet so, but we didn't have that context watching the broadcast. But Christian was like, he's been on that all weekend. I don't know. But imagine saying that to him, and then he goes out and wins his first race. I'd be like, okay, well, now it's like, I don't know, like if this was already like in the books, like if you already had a ring, I was just like, you might as well.
Christian, if you won't, I will.
Honestly.
Do you want to be our third brunette?
Oh, true. Although her hair's kind of like black. But I just thought, I was like, Ed, you're on television.
No, I didn't catch what he said. I just saw everybody's shocked reactions. Like I saw Jack Harvey be like, and then I saw Christian just like giggling. And then his girlfriend like being like, please delete me from this conversation. But I didn't get
like, that was the silliest, goofiest thing I've ever seen Ed Carpenter do before.
He's so goofy. And then Jack went and talked to Connor. Guys, I have to say the tides are shifting in the laps down camp on Connor, okay? Because I didn't like this response. He literally said, everybody wants me to probably say I'm going to punch Christian in the throat, but he's actually such a cool guy. Why do you think we think you're going to punch him in the throat? Because you talked such a big game. You made this beef. Why are you acting like we're the ones that started the beef? We, the audience. You started it. You tweeted at him during the race. You had like a whole thing. Why are you trying to be like, guys, I'm not going to punch him. Stop trying to tell me to punch him. Like you said you were going to punch him.
I think between Ed Carpenter's response and like Connor Daly's, I think this is like the perfect example of maybe why we need PR. Like we need PR training. Like I think we could use it. I was just like, these are crazy responses. Like even if that is how you feel, this isn't a podcast. Like, this is the Fox broadcast. When Jack Hollywood Harvey comes around with his little headset and his microphone, you're going out to the Gen Pop. This isn't your podcast. You can't just be like, I want my driver to propose to his girlfriend. You can't be like, I bet you guys want me to punch him, but he's actually pretty cool. That's not for here. Lovingly.
And poor Jack Harvey is not trained to deal with these sorts of responses.
No,
I think George is a little bit more like she could take it. Jack's always like, can you answer the question, yes or no? No, okay, I'm gonna run now.
Jack has, I think this is so funny about him, is he kind of like has like a planned response in mind, and when he doesn't get it from whoever he's interviewing, you can see like a second where he like kind of like fritzes out and he's like, anyways.
I was also laughing when he ran up to Joseph and he goes, oh, Joseph's hiding from me. And I was thinking like Joseph is just like getting in his car or something. No, Joseph was on the ground under his car with his child. He's like, Joseph's hiding from me. Joseph's like, I am. Here you are, though. Let's do it, though. Sure. And then he said something of like, I don't know, Jack. Everything is really tough and I would like to win. I don't have anything else for you, Jack. I was like, whoa.
Because they asked him about...
Is this the villain edit that Joseph's apparently been giving the media all year?
Yeah, apparently. They asked him about his hammer, like the Thor's hammer. Apparently, and we didn't get any context once again, but apparently they had like the champion chalice or something, and then they had the Thor's hammer. So I think it's just like these good luck items that like the team had. And so he asked about that, and Justin Newgarden's like, yo, no, we tossed that a long time ago. Like, it clearly wasn't working. We got rid of it. I thought that was kind of funny. But I was also like, give me a little context, Jack.
No, I literally was like, did I miss something? Like, what is the Thor's hammer? With love. If we don't know what you're talking about, I'm going to venture to say most of the audience doesn't. We're pretty plugged in. We keep a good eye on IndyCar stuff. I had no idea what you were talking about. With love. So we get going. We have Alex Palou on pole. We have David Malukas shortly behind, a little bit behind. I feel like David Malukas makes a pretty quick go at it, but it stopped pretty prematurely because of a caution. What happened to Nolan Siegel?
He just got way too low. I think he was trying to make a move or something, got too low, kind of caught, dropped his front left on the apron and just lost it straight up into the wall. So sad. Mm-hmm. Everything about that sequence really hit me straight in the heart. Mm-hmm. But he was out.
One of the most important lessons I've learned in motorsports came from the great Helio Castroneves at the Daytona 500. And it's, you can't go on the apron. You're going to shoot right back up at the wall.
Yeah, most places don't reward you if you go on the apron. Rarely. I don't think maybe a handful of times I've seen people escape with their lives on the apron, but definitely not here. Poor guy.
Not with Nolan Siegel, with love. I'm happy he wasn't hurt. He was pretty upset, I think, in his, well, I guess like for good reason, in his like post medical center interview with, I think, Georgia. He kind of is just like, I don't know, stupid mistake. Hate that I did it. She's like, see you in Nashville. He's like, sure. I don't know.
It was Jack Harvey. You could tell Jack Harvey was like, as Nolan was getting down on himself, Jack was like, no, I mean, it's okay.
It's okay.
Don't be too mad at yourself.
If you were coming out of the medical center after a crash that was 100% like your fault and you felt like an idiot, as Nolan said, who would you want to see? Whose smiling face would you want to see to do an interview with?
I think Jack Harvey is a great person to do it. Like, especially because he's a driver. So he does kind of have that like empathy that I feel like Bob Pockris or like Georgia, like they just can't have. Yeah. Because they've never like been in the car. They've never been hard on themselves like that. So I think Jack Harvey is a good one to be like, Nolan, it'll be okay. We've all been there.
No, Jack's like, no, I've literally been here, Nolan. Like, it's so good. You're so good. I feel like as we near the end of the IndyCar season, I just like, I need Fox to know so dearly and so badly, do not get rid of Jack Harvey. This production will crumble.
If lovingly, and I mean this like all sincerity, Jack's out, I'm out.
I'm out.
And that's a firm stance the Laps Down podcast is willing to take.
Yes, unless Jack Harvey leaves on his own fruition because he gets a better offer doing the F1 broadcast in America. Then I'll accept it.
No, get him into NASCAR. Let him and Lee Diffie in a booth.
I just want to
him, Lee Diffie, and Dale Jr. in a booth.
And Steve
James
Letarte.
Hinchcliffe and Steve Letarte. Ideal lineup. And Joey Logano every once in a while, just because I think it's interesting with Joey and Brad.
Suit. Yeah, and Brad. Dude, Brad is...
Everyone wears suits.
Guys, we're not in the NASCAR segment. It's important that you know, I genuinely think Brad Keselowski is the best of the NASCAR drivers at commentating. Whenever he does the Xfinity or truck race, I love it. He's so good. Get Brad a job, please. He's so good. He's not even in playoffs, so he can just probably commentate the rest of the season.
He's got time.
He's got time. He's free. Okay. So then we have another caution on lap 10 with Rahal. He did this same spin more than once, I feel like, in the race. Just this one, it had a caution. There was like one turn where like Rahal was like consistently like wiggling. They kept showing his onboard and he was like doing the terrifying thing you never want to see a driver do, which is this. And like the fucking like steering wheel goes back and forth as fast as possible. And you're like, they're gone. They're goners. But then Townsend big save.
Big save. I think they might have just been replaying that one instance where he it was willpower had come behind him. And like Graham Rahal, like nobody in front of him. So I don't really know what we were doing there. But just Graham, I don't know whether he just did. I don't know whether he just didn't know willpower was coming behind him, but he kind of moved down just a little bit. There was a little bit of contact. He did his little wiggle wobble thing. Oh wait, that's not this instance. That's not this instance. This instance was when he was going 3 wide, he was in the middle, and he just kind of lost it, and they immediately threw out a caution. Just like everyone was kind of like, what exactly happened? And so they have been listening to the fact that we're like, hey, you're putting drivers in incredibly dangerous positions by not throwing out a caution. And they're like, okay, we'll throw a caution. So,
wait, yeah, I remember this caution because it went on for a good while too. Like I remember being like, did anything happen? Like, is there debris or something? And they're like, no, we're just going to do a good, healthy caution. Because it was enough that Kiffin apparently got to go down and get some fuel down pit lane. Mm-hmm. It was a lengthy caution considering nothing happened.
I think all of the cautions were pretty lengthy, but I think that's just something that happens on short ovals. There's not a lot of time.
Yeah. And they do bring out like the sweep. I noticed they were like bringing out the sweepers and stuff like that whenever there was a caution too. So, I mean, and I wonder if that improved racing at all, like the cautions.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So maybe Graham was just taking one for the team. He's like, yeah, let's get these sweepers out here. So yeah, Kiffin goes down pit lane under caution, and he literally gets like the tiniest little splash of fuel. And I was like, what's the strategy going on here? But it was too early in the race for me to pretend like I understood what strategies were happening. We have a restart, and David Malukas wasted no time on this one. He goes for it and overtakes Pillow. And then he started to build the gap. Did you think that he was like do you think that Alex kind of like had a different plan in mind? Or did you think that, I was kind of feeling that.
We've seen this from David before where he gets out front and then he like continues to just push. And I get, obviously you want to build a gap between him and Pillow, but very clearly he was pushing his car quite a bit because he started to like slip and slide. And I was like, okay, how many laps do we think until Pillow takes it back?
Yeah. I also feel like David, if I remember correctly, didn't he get the lead for a time in Iowa too? Or maybe not the lead, but was in front of Pillow and was like on a podium position in Iowa. And then he really kind of, I feel like, struggled behind lap traffic. And I don't know if that's, I think that that's a big thing too when like we're on these short ovals, is I think that David is really good especially at qualifying and stuff like that. But I don't know if it's the car or him that needs to make an improvement behind other people.
It's pretty clear it was at Iowa, because I remember Mike leaning over to me, and when Alex Palou overtook Malukas, he goes, "That's just he's playing with him. He's that you can tell that the difference between those two cars is experience." And I think that's very much what is happening with Malukas. He's clearly a very talented driver. This is a conversation we can have just about the Penske seat next year. Very talented driver. He just doesn't have that experience yet. And I think that's why a lot of these times we have these little hiccups that are a little bit more detrimental. Obviously, his race wasn't ruined by Palou eventually overtaking him on lap 41. It was more his bed was made in the pits. But what can you do about it? Sometimes good teams have bad pit stops.
No, that is so true. That is so true. He's getting the treatment that many other great competitors on ovals have experienced, which is just a casual 30-second pit stop. No worries. I think the pit stop, though, I'll give AJ Foyt a pass. It seemed like the tire gun was broken, so it's like they went as fast as they could, considering they had to go get a different fucking tire gun and then fix it. So, and I mean, he also wasn't helped by the fact that Palou got in right before a caution as well on that at that point with Will Power spinning twice. It seemed like he kind of had a moment, and then he like broke a toe link or something. Must have been the toe link, and he like spun again, and he was like right by the entrance of the pit lane, but Alex Palou was already in.
Yeah, that was the second pit cycle, I think.
Oh damn. But yeah, Palou, I definitely feel like it seemed like he had a different game in mind, and Malukas got past him, and he was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'll catch you later."
Clearly, one of them is like a 4-time champion.
Yeah. You got to keep an eye on Palou, even on these freaking ovals, it seems. So what was going on with the ECR strategy? And I think it's worth mentioning now because you texted me.
I don't know if that's true.
You think it's a lie?
I don't know what it meant. I truly don't. I don't know whether he was just tagging Ed Carpenter. Nathan Brown tweeted something about like a
Rossi comes in, gets like tires and fuel, and he was like, that was a good call by new ECR strategist or something at Ed Carpenter. I was like,
I don't know. I think that was probably inconsequential. When I read it, I was like, I don't know what that means. But Rossi, clearly they were cooking with their strategy. They were pulling him in to undercut like every single time. He was the first one in on the pit cycles, and I think that truly benefited him. Christian also benefited from that, although I don't know if he was pulled in the first time, like the first pit stop, but
the second time I remember they went in together.
Yeah, the other ones, he clearly did. We were kind of trying to debate whether this was a 3-stop or a 4-stop, and it was very clear it was not going to be a 3-stop. So thank goodness for so many cautions, because that really made it easy on everybody.
I feel like they're around these like pit cycles is when we started to, I feel like, see Scotty Mack come into the picture a bit more. He was, he made his way up to second. He was riding in second for a while. There was a point where he was like, I think 9 or 10 seconds behind Palou, and I was starting to get pretty nervous, but he would sometimes like, they would pit kind of on the same, they would seem to be on like the same strategy. They would pit at the same time. I did not catch this Scotty and Scott Dixon collide situation. Did they actually make contact?
I don't think so. It was just that I think Scotty was slow coming out. Or he was coming out as Scott Dixon was trying to come in. And so Scott Dixon had to slow down significantly to get out. And so they were like, is this going to be a penalty? Because this is when Scotty Mack had come out of the pits and beat Malukas for that P2 spot.
Yeah.
It ended up, it was under review, and they said it wasn't a penalty. I think simply because there was no contact. Had there been contact, I'm sure it would have been a different story. But that was just, Scotty Mack, there's always something going on with you in the pits.
Yeah.
Always something.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting a pit
Scott
stop
on
done.
Scott crying.
But I don't know. I get really dirty. I feel like, what is the rule for when they're racing each other out of the pits, like, is there a point where like somebody has to like let up and let the person by? Because there was several times I feel like where we were seeing people go 3 wide to the end of the pit lane where it kind of narrows into a 2-person thing. And I'm like, one of you guys is going to have to back out. Please.
Yeah, it's chicken. It's like the point where you have to give up is the point where your car's going to either make it or not.
Damn. Well, shout out Scott and Scott for giving us a little game of chicken. I appreciate it. It's a little fun sometimes. Unless it's my driver who gives up the spot. Okay, so Will. This was very... All these people started being like, this is Will Power's last race, potentially in IndyCar, not the way you want to see it end. It's like, what's wrong with you people?
Like, he's not going to go to Nashville. They're like, they're going to cut him off here.
Oh, yeah. They're like, they're already fucking cutting his seatbelt as we speak.
Yeah,
that guy's not finishing Nashville. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they didn't show his, like, what happened to him. They just showed him, like, spinning. Do you have
I think he got up into the marbles is what it looked like.
Damn. And he brought out the caution. And then Pilot was already in the pits. And so he was good to go. And then was Rasmussen in the pits at this point and got a penalty for speeding? Or was he out on a different pit cycle?
It was on a different pit cycle.
Let you. I didn't even leading this. I'm so dumb. You should just lead it.
No. This is going well, I think.
Okay, that's good.
I hadn't gotten word that he had a penalty until they like announced it on the broadcast. Like a hot minute later, they're like, "Oh yeah," and he just started from the back, and I was like, "Oh,
you weren't
okay.
You guys weren't going to tell me that. Okay,
you guys could have put like a little something on the screen like you do with F1, where there's like a little
jail
exclamation point. There's a little jail. Just put like bars over his.
There's like a little graphic. Name. This is the Christian Rasmussen jail. The speeding in pit lane jail. I think I would laugh.
One thing about him is he's going to try to get that win off of pit road by breaking the rules a little bit. Bless his heart.
Do you think he's kind of doing a Colton Herta thing where he's also kind of sandbagging? He needs to get sent to the back to think about his actions so that he can do well.
Truly, there is something about a couple of these drivers who are good on ovals who continuously get penalties, and it just makes them stronger. I don't understand it. But then, like, if you were to be like, okay, Connor Daly, you have to restart from the back. He'd be like, be able to make as much progress. So is it just like these young guys' driving styles? Because even David Malukas, he was a lap down and ended up being able to work his way through the field and unlap him. I think these young kids, these young Gen Zers, I think they're just crazy.
No, I think that I wonder if they're like, I actually drive better angry. Put me in the back.
Truly. That's very willpower of them, truly.
Dude, we can't let David Malukas take out his fucking greatest inspiration. But I don't know. I didn't know he had a penalty. I didn't know he started in the back.
No.
You wouldn't know because they probably did a restart and he probably immediately gained like 9 positions. So I probably never even clocked he started in the back. And then we see a Prema car. Okay, we go a while where I'm like, we could use a caution. Just like by the way, we could use a caution. Yeah. I feel like I was getting a little like, all right, Alex Palou is like about to put people like 2 laps down. I'm starting to get scared. And then just right on time, Callum Ilot's car is smoking. Of course, I do that thing. We got to figure out something for next year. I literally go, I have no clue what car that is. It's either of the Premas. I don't know. Sure. It's Robert Schwartzman or Callum Ilott. And then even like Will Buxton and them, they had to be like, hold on, let's check which one it is real quick. Let me see if we can figure it out. And it's Callum Ilott.
It's Callum Ilott. I always remember that Callum is the 90 because he's older. Because I know that it's a 90 and an 83, but I can never, when I see the little bubble, like the little orange bubble, if you guys watch the timings on the app, there's always a little orange bubble that goes into the pits. And it takes me a minute where I'm like, okay, 90 or 83, which one is it? But the 90 is Callum because he is canonically 90 years old.
Yeah, no, heard it. That's a great way to remember it. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, a little thing to remember. But then, yeah, they do a full like caution, close down the pit lane and everything because they don't know if there's like oil
Oil.
leaking or something. I think I saw that there was like some that was leaking, and it like went on to Kyle
Kirkwood.
Kirkwood's visor.
Straight on his windshield. I was scared for him.
Yeah, no, I was terrified. I met a guy at the IndyCar watch party. He was the one who actually like organized the IndyCar watch party that I went to today, and he was just like, "I love Kyle Kirkwood." He had like his little Chili shirt on, and he was like, and I was like, and you know what he said to me? This like changed my life. He goes, "I miss when he had the pink car," and I went, "You would love the Kirk girls."
Yeah. Oh my God. He should, introduce him to our band, the Kirk girls.
I was like, they've gone through a rebrand. So I'm included now. But the Kirk girls, they would love you and you would love them.
God. Rest in peace, the Kirk girls.
And rest in peace that pink AutoNation car. Miss you. Gone but never forgotten.
I miss her so bad. No one's out there being pink and cute. And the best part about we're gonna talk about this.
Yeah, no.
The best part about the fact that it was Kyle Kirkwood driving the pink car, screen time out the wazoo, dude. We got pink on screen all the time, and I was never confused. I was never like, is that Colton Herta or a second Colton Herta car that's actually driven by Kyle Kirkwood? Or he even has liveries that look like Marcus Ericsson. But last year when he was in that pink AutoNation Honda every single weekend, I was like, blue car, yellow car, pink car. They were my Powerpuff Girls is what they were.
Speak on it.
I miss them so bad. Anywho,
and pink, it was like so good with his color wheel. You know what I mean? Like he looked great in pink.
Dazzled me in pink. And Kiffin does a really good job of like, he does have like a third of his car pink, but it's like, I don't get Kiffin Simpson screen time the way I used to get Kyle Kirkwood screen time.
And his isn't like a baby pink. It's like a fuchsia pink. It's not quite the same.
No, it's not giving, like, I feel like the AutoNation Honda, and especially like his fire suit it was like girly pop, whereas I feel like this is like a dude wearing pink.
No, I get exactly what you're saying.
You know? I'm like, oh, it's just like a dude who likes the color pink. Like, that's great. But it's like, I really felt there was something happening with the AutoNation Honda. Like, I felt represented on the field.
We gotta talk to AutoNation. Like, why did you leave? Why did you leave? No. Come back.
I miss you so bad. However much money you were giving him, he was we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Oh my God. Do you think that maybe Podium Pop will go in on it with us and we could get like a Podium Pop pink car?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I think that's the only way forward I can think of right now, but we'll figure something out. Shout out if you're listening, by the way, that I met you today at the watch party. And shout out to your Chilivery shirt. So we have Marcus Armstrong leading on the restart. Does Marcus Armstrong he had pink on his fire suit, right? And then
this was the one where he was like a college.
Oh.
Are you talking about this one specifically?
Yeah. I thought that
I think it was red and blue.
Yeah, grass.
I think
they used pink on his Meyershank announcement post on the IndyCar page.
Yeah, because
they're soft launching him being pink. They want him to be pink.
Okay, I mean,
and Fro could
put up or shut up.
Fro could be blue and he could be pink. It could be like a gender reveal team.
Gender reveal on wheels. Meyershank Racing.
Oh, come on, Meyershank, make it happen. So he's leading on the restart. Talk me through what the fuck this is, because I was like, what's going on?
He's leading on the restart. Mm-hmm. And he is on like 60-something lap old tires. And everyone behind him has pitted for new tires. All right. So if you're doing the math at home, the people who are behind him doing these warm-up laps on fresh tires likely have a better chance than Mr. Meyershank, who's in the front on like 60 lap old tires. Mm-hmm. And so they went and Georgia spoke with Shank, Mr. Mike Shank, and was like, hey, yo, what's going on here? And he goes, no, we're just trying something. Okay. So we start the restart, and exactly what you think would happen happened, and he's just like what he is a speed bump for all the potential cars coming. Like, I cannot express enough. Man was slow. Man was a part of the pavement at this point, and he falls back. I think he ends up like P17 or something. And so no, and it was so funny when they said like we're just trying something. James Hinchcliffe goes, huh?
James said, yeah, no, this isn't really trying something time, I fear.
Huh? But just to keep up with how it ends, he does end up, because he's like no man's land pit cycle. So he's like he's pitting, I don't know. He like pitting on the off. I don't know. I don't understand what they were trying. It kind of worked though. He ends up pitting like 20 laps later, 10 laps later, and then I think makes it on 3, if I'm not mistaken. But he ends up, however many pit stops he had, he does end up like P10. So it does kind of work.
No.
What it was, I don't know. But I was like, okay, Meyer Shank, now you couldn't have done that with Fro as well? Put him on this weird little off thing?
I don't like the trying something and then it works. You know what I mean? It's like, this is a real sport. You know what I mean? It's like, no, that you need to be punished for your actions. You didn't even, no. We had strategy A, strategy B. You're not allowed to do a strategy C.
Well,
Sorry.
I think because there was really no strategy B, I think he was strategy B.
No, it's upsetting to me. I don't like it. He was so slow. They literally said something where they were like, Scotty Mac, I don't think was expecting him to be that slow. So he kind of got like caught up behind Marcus. And so like Alex is just like fucking rocketing away and like putting like a crazy gap between him and Scotty Mac. And at this point, I thought Scotty Mac was our only savior. So I was like, save us, Scotty Mac, save us. And then they literally were like, I don't think Scotty Mac's spotter like told Scotty Mac, like, hey, by the way, he's going to be really fucking slow when he gets out in front of you. And so like he had to kind of do some like little avoiding action. And then finally Marcus just like secluded himself to like, basically he looked like he was falling back with a penalty. He just like put himself up to the top and then everybody was going past him. And then the fact that works is like upsetting to me.
It's crazy. I'll have to, like, when I have time after this, figure out what exactly happened, because I don't know. It worked out.
I'm going back and watching the whole race just from his onboard.
Dude, I don't even think I think he's a team that doesn't have an onboard, so you're not even going to get the information that way. I'm going to go directly to the source, and I'm going to DM Mike Shank.
Be like, nah, we need an explanation. And then, so if he was strategy B, what is Connor Daly here? Is he in
he's on the same strategy as like Rossi and Christian Rasmussen and everybody.
Okay. But then I don't know, we have this moment where they're like, Rasmussen's catching up with Daly. Yeah, I mean, like they're really building it up into this big thing. I feel like it wasn't really that big of a thing. I think it was kind of like maybe Connor had reached.
Well, to be fair, one of them won. Right. So it wasn't that big of a fight, personally. But they were showing us from like Christian's onboard, because every time they got close, they're like, oh, this is one of the notes on our note card. We have to talk about the fact that Christian Rasmussen and Daly are close together, and then we have to show the replay of what happened at Portland. But it was interesting because it seemed like Connor Daly wasn't putting Christian Rasmussen in dirty air as he was going in front of them. Like Christian was able to, he had like half a car width to be able to like move fine behind him. Yeah. So I was almost like, Connor Daly's not going to be able to defend his way out of this. Like Christian's going to which feels odd because I feel like that's maybe a strength we talk about of Connor Daly, especially on these short ovals, but I don't know. I don't get paid to know that.
That's what he did in Iowa. He was like so slow, like so fucking slow, but he just like parked himself in like third or fourth place. And he was like, everybody's going to have to just sit behind me. This is the speed we go now.
So I don't know if it was like a thing on Connor Daly's part or if it was just like Christian Rasmussen drives so squirrely that maybe he's hard to defend. I don't know. But that whole sequence was kind of odd to me.
It's interesting that they like were like, oh, this is one of our note cards. Like we have to bring this up. I think they had that same thing with Santino because like halfway through the race, they were like, okay, and now we're going to cut to this like segment about the time Santino drank a beer. And I will say there is something about IndyCar where I'm like, we really know how to kill a joke, don't we? You know what I mean? Like we just let things go on. That was weeks ago. They're like,
well, but I think it was because that person who threw him the beer had showed up at the track, so they're like, man, this gives us something to talk about. They try very hard to like get us in on the joke too, and they're like, well, the people at home saw this, so we might as well bring it up. It'll be fun. It'll be like an inside joke for all of us. And it's like, well, this wasn't a great time to do it. Santino's really struggling right now.
They're like, Santino was having a good time the last time he drank a beer, but now he's sad. Anyways, cut to that. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Okay, you go with Rossi in the undercut.
Oh, so like the whole entire race, Rossi was leading the undercut. He would be one of the first ones into the pit, which ultimately I think got him his like second podium. Like he wasn't on the podium, but if there was like a podium right next to the podium, he would have been there because he was P4. Something we should think about for the future. The NASCAR fans would love that.
I think if somebody does a really good job in P4 is a big deal for them, they should get to stand on the podium.
Yeah, there should just be like a little big deal step, I think.
Yeah, no. Maybe it's like F1's driver of the day. We have one of those for IndyCar. And they get to be on the podium. I'm
shocked IndyCar has not adopted driver of the day yet, especially on Fox. It's like you might as well at this point. You might as well. I don't think it's a good, like I don't enjoy driver of the day, but it gets engagement, it gets clicks. Might as well.
Yeah.
But so Rossi comes in and pits, and then we have Palou and Newgarden come in and pit. Well, like Rossi leads the charge of like his entire group that decides to follow him. But at this point, it's very clear that, and maybe Marcus Armstrong just hadn't seen this yet, it's very clear that this is a tires race, not a fuel race. And there was just no getting past Palou with the traffic. Because even Scotty Mack, who had already been out, by the time Palou comes out and he's like on fresh tires, not warmed up, Scotty Mack is a car behind him because of the traffic. And even with this tire advantage, it was like immediately killed. So there goes our hopes and dreams of Scotty Mack potentially winning this race, unfortunately. And then a little bit later, I see that there's a caution. And I was like, who'd we lose? Who's in the wall? Who got up into the marbles?
I was like, oh my God. Does somebody have eyes on Louis Foster or Jacob Abel, please? Somebody show me that they're out there still.
But turns out there were sprinkles. It was sprinkling a little bit. So we had a little red-yellow caution to wait out the rain. It literally lasted minutes.
It was like literally like they showed like I think Joseph Newgarden's on board, and it was literally like he was like driving and there was like whoosh, like his like whole aero screen was just covered in raindrops, and then it was like that was it. It was just that one,
and then it was done.
Pillar of rain,
dude. So Wisconsin coded.
Pillar of rain.
Yeah, just over Joseph Newgarden.
Just over Joseph Newgarden.
It was just him. He has a little rain cloud above him,
as if he hasn't been through enough.
Oh, my
Pillar
God.
of rain.
But so here's where the fun happens because it's, oh baby, they're sweeping the high line.
Wait, can we be honest? Thank you, Mother Nature, for this. Like, this is like Mother Nature.
A queen.
She came out and she was like, I feel like this IndyCar race, like, I thought it was going to be more than it is. And like, Alex Poe's kind of running away with this. I need to do something. Fuck Joseph Newgarden. Pillar of rain. Yay.
She's like, all this goddamn lap traffic. This would never happen in F1. Let me fix it. And so she
Show the blue flag.
Yeah, dude. And so she did. So we have our restart 15 laps later. I can't do the math between 208 and 222.
I feel like we had 20 to go when we did the restart. I remember that. Can I say something? I hate when the pylon switches from how many laps we've done to how many we have to go. They do it in NASCAR too. I'm like, hey, I'm bad at fucking math. You got to tell me what lap we're on.
You have to, or at least remind me how many laps were in this race in general. Because they'll start saying 20 to go, and I go, was this a 400 lap race or no? What are we at? Like, I get that there's 20 to go, but that doesn't help my notes where I'm like writing down the laps. So we restart on lap 222. And in this sequence, we have Rossi and we have Christian Rasmussen right behind him. In front of them, we have Pato O'Ward, it's Pato, Joseph Newgarden, Alex Palou, right? Because Scotty Mack wasn't up there at this time.
Sure. I do know Award. And I obviously
No. It was Award, Newgarden, Scotty Mack, and then Palou. Yeah, because that's what I wrote. I gotta trust the
Dude,
process.
You're so
I really
good.
do.
You're
I
so
really
good.
do.
Yeah, you take the best notes.
So we have Rossi passes Pato Award pretty quickly for P4. Woo! All right. And then a little bit later, Christian passes Pato Award for P5.
Yeah.
For P5. Amazing. Beautiful. Oh, there goes Rossi again. He's passing Newgarden. Now he's in P3. Oh, and then we see just a little bit after that, we see Christian go up. He passes out Newgarden for P4. And this is where things start to get a little spicy because Joseph Newgarden has contact with somebody and then just starts dropping through the ranks. I didn't put that in the notes, but that is something that happened and something I will have to investigate later.
It seemed like it was like he was like cooking. He was like kind of himself having like a little moment on this restart, and then he made that contact, and it was like he like was like, I think I've done enough for today. I think
He was like
defeated.
I don't truly understand what happened. But so Rasmussen passes Rossi. He passes Newgarden. He's sitting in P3. And then like 5 laps later, we finally get the battle between him and Scotty Mack. So now he's sitting in P2 and you hear over the radio, let's go get Palou. Palou is the only one left. And then you hear James Hinchcliffe call him the Rassle Dazzle. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
What?
Just the razzle dazzle. You sound stupid when you say it. Like you don't know it's razzle dazzle.
No, I just think it should be razzle dazzle. Like
if it were, sure. But it's not.
Can we all agree that that's maybe what James Hinchcliffe meant, but he was like on a roll in the moment, and maybe if we could go back and edit it, I think we should move forward with razzle dazzle with Z's.
It's already been spoken. He is the Oracle. He is Kendra in this situation.
Fuck, that's really powerful. Okay.
Yeah.
But like,
nope. You literally like it's. He
was honestly trying to be Lee Diffie a little bit. Like he was like, dude, Lee Diffie fucking cooked with Hurricane Hocevar. What if I came up with a little nickname? He was like at home being like, I could do that too, and then everybody will tell me how much I am great, just like Lee Diffie.
But the thing is like Lee Diffie, like Hurricane Hocevar is like, it's not good. But the way that he just continued to say it, and they would be like, I don't know if I like that. And he'd be like, you feel that? The wind's coming. I feel a hurricane coming on.
No, it's so good. I love any nickname. Honestly, I'm going to be honest. I think it's sick. I think every driver should have a nickname. I think like, I was kind of down with Brat Pack, even though I don't want Christian to be associated with these psychos. I was like,
the Brat Pack is so not in this century.
I think that they like Santino and Connor are brats in like a brat sense of the word, like a old timey calling somebody brat. Christian is brat in like a
BRATZ,
like a Charlie.
Call them the brats. No, call them the Brats Pack. Obviously, Connor Daly's Jade.
Okay.
I think Santino Ferrucci is Chloe.
Okay.
And then Christian is Yasmin.
Oh my God. Christian is so Yasmin.
He's so Yasmin.
He's so Yasmin. Yasmin was always my favorite. I wasn't allowed to play with brats when I was younger because my mom said
I wasn't
they dressed
either.
Kind of slutty.
Oh, I wasn't allowed to because they were called brats. There was a lot of things I weren't allowed to do because my mom through osmosis, you're gonna turn into like a little devil child. Like I wasn't allowed to watch soap operas during the day because she's like, you're gonna become dramatic, and I was like, oh, heaven forbid.
My mom didn't let me watch Teletubbies because she said she was scared I'd start talking like one of them.
I get that. I wasn't allowed
she was like, they're kind of freaky, and I don't want you to start talking like them.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the Powerpuff Girls either. Like, just things that she thought were, like, annoying and, like, you're going to turn into annoying. And I was like, and you know what's crazy is I did that without all these outer influences. It was always, Shannon, it was always inside me this whole time. It was inside me.
I think
anyways,
my mom was just like, why are they wearing fishnets? Like, she was like, who are these for?
It
Like, she was like, what are these Bratz dolls doing? Like, she was like, am I supposed to buy you these?
they were kind of before their time, I think.
Yeah. We should get
Thank
some
God they're
now.
back. Yeah, I mean,
Heal
I had
our
a couple.
child.
But, okay, back to the race.
Back to business.
So he's told to close the gap between Pelot. It started out like 1.7 seconds. And within a few laps, within 4 laps, he gets it down to 0.36 seconds.
Chills.
It's happening, guys. It happened so quickly. I looked down to see what lap we're on. I look back up, and I see the entirety of the stands like rise to the attention, and they go, Christian Rasmussen has passed Alex Pelot for the lead of the race. I passed away and became a better human. I was reincarnated into a better version of myself in that moment.
Dude, he also, like, the pass was, like, so good because I feel like Alex Pelot was kind of, like, they did make contact, and I feel like it was, like, a little bit of, like, Pelot giving, like, one last little go to see if he could keep the spot. But, like, I feel like once Christian he started seeing himself in victory lane. Like, there was no stopping him. Like, he would have drove Alex Pelot off the road if need be. He had decided he was winning that race.
Mm-hmm. And he continued to drive like that. He didn't get a lead and let up at all. He ends up doing this overtake on lap traffic, Jacob Abel, where Jacob Abel was near the high line. And I would love to see just like a bunch of angles of this, but he overtakes him on the outside, incredibly close to both Jacob Abel and the wall. And I cannot express how unnecessary that was. You did not need to do that to Jacob Abel at all.
So, like, I was watching with this group of people that I had convinced that I was like, you need to be part of this Christian Rasmussen agenda. Like, I have been like, we are all part of this today. We are witnessing greatness. Christian Rasmussen is a god on short ovals, and we should be in awe in his presence. And once he got to first and there was like 15 laps left, everyone around me was like, does he know he doesn't need to do any of this? Like, they were like, he's going to lose it from first place because he's driving like insane. And they kept showing his onboard, and his like car just looked so fucking squirrely. Like, he would just kind of like keep doing that like fast hand save sort of thing. It was the most stressful 15 laps I think I've ever seen, because I was like, please do not lose it from first. We cannot come back from this.
No, he did a good job. He did a good job, stuck with it, ended up winning. First winner, and I think they said 39. First, like, new winner, first-time winner in 39 races, which is crazy. But he won. Alex Pelot got P2, so he is officially out of the running for tying the AJ Foyt Al Unser record for most wins in a season, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? And Scotty Mack got P3. So still no wins for Penske outside of Will Power. However, that could change next weekend at Nashville. Probably not, but maybe.
Has Scotty Mack had any other podiums this year? I'm not thinking of any.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not too confident. I couldn't tell you. Then I'm like feeling like I haven't seen Scotty Mack on podiums this year. So maybe that was the first of it. I don't know. I'm not feeling confident. I don't know. That. I'm just happy for him.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like between NASCAR, IndyCar, and F1, it's like, you're going to have to give me a minute. I can't keep all of these straight. I've definitely seen him on a podium before, for sure. I've seen him win in person. What year was that? It's hard to tell. Everything blurs together. I blame NASCAR for everything blurring together.
I will say, yeah, like, there's something interesting now that we're like a little bit farther into our motorsports fandom. Like, we know wheel. You know what I mean? I've become more impressed by people that can do stuff like that, where they can just like recall like some random fucking race from some random year, and they'd be like, that was an old timer. I'm like,
I feel like I could do that if we were just an IndyCar podcast.
But then, like,
we've got so much, we have so many other series that it's like, I'm not even sure what part of the year they happened in. Yeah. I just don't know. But
I just don't
that
know.
was the IndyCar race. Next week, we have our final race in Nashville. Andrea will be there. And now is a good time to say, which we should have said at the beginning, our podcast will be a day late.
Are we making
Forever. Forever it will be a day late. Hey guys, huge news, breaking news. We are now becoming a Tuesday podcast. Another thing we should have put at the beginning of the episode, but we got so excited. Apologize. The situation is, as NASCAR playoffs start, a lot of the races are later. And I know you guys know. I know a lot of you guys have listened to us talking on the podcast after like 9 p.m. It's not great for anybody. So we are going to transition to, we're going to film on Monday and then post on Tuesday. I'm also hoping this will give us more time. We have some other ideas in the works for potentially other things. We might film just like not like standalone videos, not like podcast episodes, but we'll have some extra time now. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, if you guys have any ideas for like more like standalone videos on the YouTube, we've kind of talked about doing more of our beginners guides separate from like the actual episodes, because we have a lot of people that come to us throughout the year that are like, hey, I want to get in IndyCar, I want to get in NASCAR. And we're like, oh, go listen to this episode from 6 months ago with a bunch of other stuff in there. Yeah, I also think this Tuesday podcast thing is a good transition because we sometimes miss a lot of the after race news that happens. We don't really get to catch like all of the stuff that comes out in the 24 hours after a race because we've already filmed and put up our episode. And sometimes that's the juiciest stuff. That's the most fun stuff. So hopefully a Tuesday podcast will be a little bit more of that off track action that happens after a race as well. By that we mean fist fights. Guys, what if there's a fist fight and we miss it? Yeah, Twitter beef. We're missing out on all the Twitter beef whenever we record on a fucking Sunday. You know, you guys are missing out on our hard-hitting analysis on tweets. But yeah, anything else on IndyCar? I mean, for Nashville, do you think we're going to get a first-time winner? Do you think we're going to see Pillow finally just be like, you know what, guys? Let me have one more go at it. Just one more win for the season just to take the edge off.
I think we could definitely see Pillow win again. I don't know. Here's the thing, guys. I haven't done my Nashville research yet, so I don't know who's been good here. Although we haven't been going to this Nashville oval because we used to go to like Broadway and race. But we don't do that anymore because of the NFL, whatever the fuck that is. So I don't know. I'd like to see Felix Rosenqvist win. Are we just making wishes, do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Place 2 wishes. Say your 2 third wishes. One in case you see a genie.
Sure. First wish, obviously, Felix Rosenqvist. Podium. I'll vote for him. Podium. And then I want to be a little bit realistic, and I want a Kiffin Simpson win.
It's good you were realistic. I want a Colton Herta win because I think that it's fun when he wins in Nashville because he does the little guitar thing. I think he needs another guitar. And I also would like a Joseph win because he seems really sad and he's from Nashville. Thank you.
He got on the podium last year.
Yeah.
Because he kind of poo-pooed Colton's bit where he pretended like he was going to smash the guitar. He was like, man, don't do that.
He was like be respectful.
Well, I think he fully was like, are you going to smash the guitar right now?
Don't
do that. Like, you have to understand, like, that's probably not what they want you to do.
Is the guitar trophy in Nashville like the one in the NASCAR Nashville race where it's like a custom guitar? That's so sick. It's so sick. I'm going to try to get it, like, see if I can get close enough to get a picture of that.
You should get it.
Steal it, probably. Run away.
You can play guitar.
I can play Wonderwall.
I like that.
I'm sorry, guys. I unironically love the song Wonderwall. Like, I know that it's like a joke that like people learn how to play guitar and they learn how to play Wonderwall. I actually spent a lot of time learning how to play like a better version of Wonderwall, not just like the straight chord. It's because I like have respect for the song. I think it's a really good song. I also really love Oasis. I love Oasis to the detriment of our Blend podcast on Spotify.
It's 90s country, a little bit of K-pop Demon Hunters, and then Oasis.
A touch of Oasis. Guys, get me to the Oasis reunion tour, please. So I'll steal the guitar probably, and then I would like to see Joseph win.
I think that'd be awesome.
Can I switch my wishes more
than
Colin?
Yeah. There's no rules here.
Okay. And then I want Will to get second, Will Power. And then I want them to make an announcement that he's staying at Penske.
I don't think he's going to stay at Penske. It sounds like rumor zone. It sounds like there is potential of that mayhaps, allegedly, possibly, he goes to RLL. And my thing with that is, first of all, we have to talk about what an abysmal weekend RLL had. Okay, now that we've talked about it.
We've addressed the elephant in the room. What the fuck was that? What was going on there?
What was going on there?
Graham, please address the fucking questions the public has. What happened?
Speak. I think putting him into probably likely the 30 RLL, get it, slap on that Verizon sponsor and just say, do whatever you gotta do, Will. Whatever you gotta do. I just want to see if it's a car issue for RLL. I want to see if Will Power can. I know he can. I know he can take that RLL car and perform on a Sunday. I know he can be the first one to do it, and I can't wait if that is what happens. I think that would be fun. I don't know if it will though.
I think if he gets in that RLL, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think he's a very vengeful person. I think he is a menace, and I think he's very petty. And that's why I've come to love Will Power. If you remember the beginning of this podcast, I did not like Will Power, but I've come to like him for these reasons. I think he's going to use that RLL as a torpedo against any Penske traffic that runs past him.
He's not known for having friends like on the racetrack. Like everyone loves him in the paddock, but like on the racetrack, he's not known for.
Or he's gonna like just be good enough to knock them out of the Firestone Fast Six. If that's all he can do in that RLL, he's gonna do it well. He's gonna qualify like a beast.
Can't wait to see. Speaking of, we got to move on to NASCAR because this podcast is already alarmingly long.
It's only an hour and a half. It's fine.
It's too long.
Okay, well, for Xfinity, we have a controversial change of name from the Xfinity Series to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Effective next year.
Auto Parts.
Ow! Ow! That was really good.
That's what they have to say. They go, this car was faster than, O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow! That's what they have to say.
I feel like, okay, what is your take on everybody being like, I'm not calling it that. I still call it the Busch Series. We're just Xfinity fan. We've come to this as it was called Xfinity. Are we going to be the change in the world that we want to see? Are we going to call it O'Reilly Auto Parts Series?
I don't have time to be mad about this, guys. I have a 9-to-5 job. I come home from work. There are only a handful of things I can be pissed off about, and it's not going to be O'Reilly Auto Parts. First of all, amazing Irish representation. Beautiful. Okay? Second of all, Xfinity sucks, dude. That's fine. Busch League? What are we? A bunch of 30-year-old hockey players who are just beating the shit out of each other every weekend during free skate? This is no Busch League. And now this is no Xfinity League. This is something significantly faster and more Irish. This is the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
So, okay. If they used to say that my car was faster than Xfinity Internet, what do you think? I have an idea for like what the new thing is going to be.
I already said it. Faster than O'Reilly Auto Parts.
But I feel like it's like O'Reilly Auto Parts isn't like known for being like fast.
Well,
I don't think. I think that they should instead transition to like, instead of the winner having to like do something, I think it's like whoever gets like fucked up the most damage wise, they have to like.
It's going to be like a pit crew mechanic.
They're going to come out of like the medical center. They're going to be like, thank goodness for O'Reilly Auto Parts and all of their dependable and durable parts that we need to fix up this car. And we'll be back next weekend.
Too long. I think they're going to say We're faster than O'Reilly Auto Parts, or we're as fast as O'Reilly Parts. Maybe what they do is now they shit on Xfinity and go, we are significantly faster than Xfinity Internet.
Thanks to O'Reilly Auto Parts, we have significantly upgraded our cars, and they are much faster and much more durable and much more dependable.
There we go.
Fuck that place. They just like go in the end. And we hate Xfinity, and we never want to hear from them again. Bye.
Someone pointed out that there's no like label to the cars in the series, which I think is really interesting, and I hate that someone pointed it out, which I guess Cup Series is the same way, but I guess those are like NASCARs technically. That's what they call them. That's what the league calls them.
Cup cars.
Right, and the Cup is the series.
Yeah, but they're not going to change the word Cup.
No, but I'm just saying that the cars don't have a name, like that specific type of car, unless you're like calling it like the Gen 7 car, which I don't really think. Then what is Xfinity? Is like it's not like there's no label for the car.
It's so upsetting.
Isn't that interesting? Because like truck is obviously the truck. It's an Xfinity car. Now it's going to be an O'Reilly car. It's like what? No, I think before we figure out the sponsors, like let's name the cars. Let's give them
let's name the series like beyond just it being
the brand,
the Xfinity series or the O'Reilly series. Like
we could call it like the Junior series or something. We can call the Dale Junior series. We can call the Junior Motorsports series, and then they take over it like Penske Entertainment does.
This is the Dirty Mo Productions series in which just Dale Jr. presides over them as a very kind but authoritarian leader, and he gets to decide everything, and he runs this now. This is him. Yeah. I'm fine with that. But you can't call it a junior series because then you get into then why is there Cup drivers coming down here beating up on these little kids?
I think a lot of other outside of open wheel racing allows that. So most people would be fine with it. They would bat an eye.
Cool. All right. Well, that was good. Thanks for figuring that out, MJ.
Yeah, we got you.
Save people a lot of heartache, I think. And then another interesting point with Xfinity. So we got news earlier in the week that Connor Zilisch, despite having had surgery on his collarbone, was going to be racing. I think I texted MJ, is this allowed? But then they were like, actually, guys, hold on. We have a plan. I know you guys think this is insane and that he's going to get into a horrible wreck and it's going to do irreparable damage to his collarbone, but we have a plan. And it sounded like a joke to me. I didn't know you could even do this. They're like, he's going to drive until the first caution. He's going to come down pit road. He's going to switch with Parker Kligerman, who, because Connor started the race, Parker Kligerman could finish the race. Connor would get the race win, but not the playoff points. And by golly, that's exactly what they did. On lap 14, they switched. Parker Kligerman finished the race for him. And he won. He won. He's a fucking national hero.
A Parker win at Daytona. Shocked. Revolutionary.
So what do we got to do to get Parker on a Cup car for Daytona next year?
Pay for one, probably.
I think I want to see something.
I just got to see something. Let me see something. He wins it and gets disqualified.
Fuck. There's a chance that would happen.
According to the papers, he's never won at Daytona.
Oh, poor guy. I almost think it's like mean that people were like, oh, he's not even going to get credit for the win. I'm like, but he gets credit in all of our hearts. Like, we saw it. We saw it with our own two eyes. He won the race. What do you mean? Why are you guys acting like you're going to erase this from history already? I don't know. But it was great. And so with that, Connor, I think probably will be fine for playoffs. I don't know. But I thought that was interesting. I didn't even know you could do that in NASCAR. Learn something new. Cup, we had on more Connor news. Connor signed a multi-year contract, whatever the fuck that means, with Trackhouse. They haven't announced a number. I don't know if you want to speak on that. I think I'm going to turn to you on this as an SVG and Daniel Suarez fan. Your thoughts on Connor joining Trackhouse and what number you think he should get?
Yeah, we don't know. I think they may give him the 88. I don't know. I think it's up in the air. I think it's kind of, I wonder if it's like in hockey where the person who currently has it kind of gets a little bit of say in it. I could see SVG being like, well, what am I going to get out of it? But so there is, but like it is potential that SVG would move to the 99 and he would have the 88. I don't know. I wish they would just figure it out and tell us.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the people saying it's too early to move him up?
It probably is. But that's just kind of how motorsports go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only one way to find out. Trial by fire.
What are you hoping to see from Daniel Suarez? Are you hoping he finds a different Cup ride? It probably a worse team. Are you hoping he goes to Junior Motorsports in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series?
I doubt he's going to find another Cup ride. So I think the speculation right now is that he would move down to Xfinity. I'm sure there are people who would take him in Xfinity. Whether he and Connor just switch seats, I don't know. But I'm doubtful that he's going to have a Cup ride for next year, I think.
I think it would be fun to see him win a bunch in Xfinity. I would really like to see that, personally.
Yeah. I'll still be a fan if he's in Xfinity. Or O'Reilly.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
So true.
As it's famously known as.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, I don't know, we don't talk about trucks much, but Ram has kind of rolled out their introduction back into the truck series with, fuck this team. I love you guys so dearly. Colleague. That's probably how Will Brown says it. Colleague Racing. What? That's an Australian accent.
With a British accent? That is absolutely not. You're just like the Facebook commenters who are like, I hate Lee Diffie because he's British. You are representing them right now.
The Australian accent is so hard.
That's why I would never perform it live.
But they announced that they're going to have 5 trucks, and they're going to be Ram trucks. And I don't know. I think that's interesting. This is like, I think the same team that did kind of do the thing with Will Brown, ? And so I don't know what's going on. Maybe we should just see if Will Brown wants to do a couple more truck races next week. Maybe he can do like a little bit of St. Pete just for fun, so I can go.
That's true.
But I don't know. I think that would be interesting. There was no qualifying. And so they used whatever fake metric they use that we've never figured out exactly to decide that Ryan Blaney was on pole. And then William Byron, fucking cheater. He failed inspection. They sent him to the back. They took his crew chief and they tossed him out. They tossed him out of Daytona International Speedway. And they said, get out of here. And then he also had a stop and go penalty. And then I heard they were considering just taking away his Daytona 500 win just to be sure. I heard that they were going to take away his regular season championship. They didn't. They thought it would be too far, but they were thinking about it. I heard.
Source. It's the same source that told ESPN F1 that Checo and Valtteri are in the seats officially. Yeah. That's what they're saying. That's what the streets are saying. That's what the sources are saying. And we're just listening. We're just reporting on the news. Us, journalism. Sorry.
Do you think that they did enough? Do you think they should have punished him more? I don't remember what he did. Seemed real bad, though. Put something on his car. They fucking blend in the attenuator, guys. Guys, they blended the attenuator.
They didn't even know it was a rule. They were just trying to be Penske perfect. I thought it was funny. I was like, thank God. I don't think my heart could have handled another William Byron Daytona win. Lovingly.
Yeah. No, I couldn't either. I was coming into this race. You and I came into this race on a mission. I wanted to see a new winner. Point blank period. No, that's what I wanted to see.
I just wanted to see Ryan Preece. I didn't know. That's the only thing I wanted. Just Ryan Preece. Until like the last 14 laps where I was like, Justin Haley really deserves this, I think.
Yeah, I was like not at all once ever thinking at all this season about Justin Haley. But in this particular race, last like 10 laps, I was like, it'd be nice to see.
And we were watching on Discord with Pit Stop Haley, who spells her name the same way that Justin Haley does. And so I was like, fuck it, dude. I mean, Justin Haley's got to win this one for.
And she loves Colton Herta, and he was in his Colton Herta costume.
Yeah, he was in his game bridge. I think her birthday's in July, and he's the number 7th. The stars were aligning.
This Haley. Yeah, this is Pitstop _ Haley.
She makes TikTok and she makes Instagram. Go, everyone. Smash that follow button on Pitstop Haley. She'll be on this podcast soon. Yeah. She just doesn't know yet.
Yeah, coming soon, lapped traffic guest, Pitstop _ Haley. And she's going to be in Nashville with the Podium Pop Gals. She's our blonde representation. She's our one non-brunette friend. But yeah, I was like, got to do the big one for Haley. We got to see Justin Haley win. But I was just like hoping it would be somebody new. I think that that's like the beauty and the fun of Daytona for me as like the last race before playoffs. And I was like, this will only feel good if it was a new winner, preferably somebody I like. That's what I feel like this is a lottery ticket that we were supposed to have not yet scratched. We were going to scratch it and see what happens. So that's where I was coming in from this. I was like, thank God they sent William Byron to the back. We're safe. I was like, Brian Blaney's on pole. That means nothing. He's not going to win from pole, so that's good. And so we start the race. We start with a Casey Mears spinning and causing a caution. William Byron he was a lap down, gets a lap back. I was like, guys, we were supposed to be safe from William Byron. Why would you do that? You ruined it already. He's going to be a problem now. You can't allow him to be a problem. Thought we were safe. It was upsetting. But then you were watching 20 seconds ahead of me, and MJ goes, and I was like, what? And she was like, something bad is happening. And I see Todd Gilliland in the pickle car take out a light blue car that I, at this time, believed to be Ryan Preece. And I was ready to turn off the TV, quite honestly. But then to both of our relief, it was just Tyler Reddick. I mean, that sucked for him.
God.
Thank God.
God. I would have lost my gosh darn mind.
I think at this point, Tyler Reddick was in obviously he needed to win, but if not win, needed to just not DNF.
Finish in front of Bowman.
So I actually at this point did kind of think, I'll admit, I thought he was out. I didn't really know it. His car like head on smashed against the wall. And so I kind of thought he was out, and they kept showing his like onboard, and he looked very like calm, cool, and collected, and he was getting it back to pit lane because he crashed right in front of pit lane. And they did end up getting him back out there. But I did kind of think for a second there, like we're really about to have a playoffs without Tyler Reddick, which I would have been pretty surprised by at the beginning of the year because he made it to the Final Four last year. But like, it's kind of crazy when you think about like how far we are in the season and we have not seen a single Tyler Reddick win.
True.
Kind of crazy. But anywho, thank God it wasn't Ryan Preece. Chris Buescher starts an alternate strategy. He's cooking something up. There's some people that go down the lane with him, and one of them being Cody Ware. And it's important to keep your eye on Cody Ware for once in your time watching NASCAR, because he had been talking on Twitter quite a lot this week alongside his dad about how he was going to win Daytona. And it was starting to feel like a threat that maybe had some backing. And he went down pit lane with Chris Buescher on this wicked alternate strategy that I was like, please, please, please do not play out. But keep your eye on Cody. He comes up again. Hate to say it. But we do have a big one in stage one. Were you surprised that we were getting crashy so early in the race?
No, this is very Daytona. That's just how these cars race with Daytona. They race by crashing, I fear. But it sucks that Bubba was the one to start the big one. That's too bad. Hate to see that.
No, I agree. He kind of was like, I think he was in third. So we have Ryan Blaney, and who was in first at this point? Daniel Suarez.
I have no idea.
Daniel Suarez and Ryan Blaney were first and second. Whoa. That's crazy. And behind them is Bubba. And Bubba kind of tries to scooch back a bit into a line that he's trying to, I think, create. And in doing so, he kind of bumps into, I think, Joey Logano. I think Kyle Larson was there. And they managed to completely fucking take out Alex Bowman. And then Bubba, while he's crashing, and Alex Bowman is also crashing, he comes back up and like in the craziest targeted hit, just like head on collides with Austin Cindric, who thought he was getting away with it. And so at this point, we've had the two people that are on the playoff bubble that like, if they don't win, they need to do well in points, have crashed. And unfortunately, Alex Bowman definitely had a worse crash than Tyler Reddick. And
yeah, he was out.
He was out. He was barely making it back to pit lane.
Full on stopped on the on the track was not able to get back to pit lane by himself. They took him into the garage and they're like, sorry, we cannot resuscitate your car. So he was officially out. So he needed, what he needed was no new winner to be able to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he just sat in the garage and watched.
He was like, I have to say this about Alex Bowman. I know a lot of people, I don't think he's the most liked Hendrick car out there. I think a lot of people question if he should have a seat at Hendrick. He has a very kind and sportsman-like way of dealing with these very high-pressure moments. Like, he came out of the medical center. He was like, well, like, sucks. I guess I'll just, like, hang out, wait, hope that there's not a new winner. He didn't, like, have this, like, pissed off. He could have been. I feel like he could have been more mad, I guess, than he was. Like, of no fault of his own, he was, like, really trying to do something with his playoff run here. And I don't know. I have to say, I really like Alex Bowman, guys. I don't know. I've mentioned that before on the podcast, but if you guys don't like Alex Bowman, you're not doing a very good job of convincing me I also shouldn't like him. He seems like kind of a nice guy. Sorry. Do you think that, so at this point, the Hendrick cars, they all had said in the pre-race that their goal was to get Alex Bowman to the playoffs. What do you think about, like, the team dynamics at this point when you're in the last race where, like, everybody else on the team has made playoffs? And they are straight up saying, like, my goal today is not to win, but to get Alex Bowman in the playoffs. Does that annoy you at all as, like, a motorsports fan?
No, I think especially in NASCAR, maybe in other series it would that have less of a team dynamic. But I think the team dynamic is really, really prevalent in NASCAR, especially at, like, a fucking drafting track.
Yeah.
It's like they're going to meet, like, this is a teamwork track, frankly. Yeah. So that doesn't surprise me. Does make me a little sad because it's like Kyle Larson didn't need to do Grand Prix so dirty. Like, I get that he wants Alex Bowman in, but, like, at what cost?
Yeah, no, I agree. So yeah, I think at this point the Hendrick cars have all received the message: no new winner tonight. That's your goal. No new winner tonight. Whatever happens, wherever you are on the track, you need to prevent that from happening, or else Alex is out. We see Kyle Larson win stage 1, and then we do stage 2, and I think a lot of people pit, and we see Cody Ware out front in this fuck-ass Arby's car, and he leads a very healthy chunk of stage 2, and it was really scary. Raise your hand if you were scared. I was scared.
It was really scary. It was scary.
And I was scared because he had posted that he had a fortune cookie that said he was going to win. I was like, what am I supposed to do about fortunes? You know what I mean? It's like,
there's nothing.
Like magic.
You can't do anything about it. Yeah, you can't. There's no combating that with, like, pit strategies or anything. Those are the powers that be.
It's like, dude, that fucking Panda Express decided that he was going to ruin Daytona for the rest of us. So I think everybody at this point was trying to find a positive if Cody Ware won. And I think we all decided that if Cody Ware did win, that would be the last, this would be the last year we'd have playoffs. Do you believe that? Do you believe that would have happened?
No.
No. They would have made us suffer longer.
They would have been like, isn't it cool how anyone can get into the playoffs? This is exactly what we wanted. And I'll be like, how is he even in the Cup Series still? Let alone the playoffs. But thankfully, the fortune cookie changed their mind.
The fortune cookie went, fuck, this was supposed to be for somebody else. This was supposed to be Ryan Priest.
It just, like, erased. It was very Harry Potter-esque. It erased in real time and rewrote itself.
He said he got that fortune at a Panda Express. I've been to that Panda Express across from Daytona. And I felt a cursed aura in that Panda Express. Dude, I should have fucking burnt the place to the ground. Should have stopped them right where they were. No, that's crazy. I would never do that to a Panda. I'm sorry. Don't.
I love Panda Express. I'm so hungry.
What do you want from Panda? What do you order?
What do I want from Panda right now?
What do you order from Panda? Orange chicken?
I don't know. I haven't been to Panda Express since high school. And, like, a bunch of my friends got, like, MSG sickness from it. They all got, like, hives, like, down their face and their neck. And I was like, frick, I'm going to have to wait a couple years before I feel like it's okay to come back. But I literally haven't been since college.
In my household, we add MSG to our food. We love it. It's really
good.
I
respect it. I don't know how it happened, but it happened to so many of my friends. I was like, frick, I can't be risking this. I got prom coming up.
It's risky. It's risky out there. You guys get Panda one time and it's crazy. And then as if, like, we weren't going through enough, Carson was kind of floating around up at the top for much of Daytona. And at this point, so many of the, like, people that we were watching as potential winners were taken out in that big one in stage 1. Maybe not fully, but a little bit. And I thought maybe Carson had a chance. His engine blew up. That's very Spire Motorsports of him. That's so Carson Hocevar. That's so very real. If he's in the top 5, just keep an eye on his engine. It probably will blow up. Hate to see it. Ross Chastain wins stage 2. He was in his safety culture SVG costume. So I did for a second think that SVG had won stage 2. That was really scary. I was like, dude, he's learned ovals. He's like Alex Palou. Once he wins Daytona, we're never going to be able to stop him. He's going to overtake NASCAR. They're like, it's going to be too much. They don't know what to do with SVG. Then Casey Mears, this fucking guy, he comes back and his brakes explode and Denny drives over the debris and it takes out Denny. So if you're keeping track, this guy he brought William Byron back onto the lead lap. I think he fucked with Tyler Reddick's race a little bit, and then he took out Denny Hamlin. Do you think he's a NASCAR sleeper agent?
I think he's a Hendrick sleeper agent. I think that's what that is. I don't understand who Casey Mears is or why I didn't hear about him until the first caution. I hate when NASCAR does that. It's like, oh, and I think Austin Hill was out there too, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. What? We can't just bring on new people. You have to acclimate me with them. Like, tell me who they are. Give me some fun facts or something. It's like, I don't want my first introduction to them to be at a caution.
No, that's true. What are your thoughts? I feel like personally, this is a me thing. I feel like I totally get that we bring in people for the Daytona 500 and it's like people like Elio Castroneves and stuff like come out and give it a go. There's something about it being the last race before playoffs. I'm just like, do we have to bring in new people into this? You know what I mean? It's like, can we shut this to like a family only affair sort of thing? Like, can we keep it close friends? Can we keep it just the people fucking competing for playoffs?
I can't even have an opinion on it because I don't even know who he is. Like, why is he here? What's his importance? Is there a reason he's here? Maybe there is. I don't know. I didn't even know he was here until he got in trouble.
Yeah. No Austin Hill, though. No Austin Hill. I know who he is.
Oh, I think he probably shouldn't be anywhere near vehicles. Period.
Yeah, he caused a massive crash the night before. He should have been. No, get him out of here. No, this is too important. We can't be having an Austin Hill situation. Get him out. Kick him. What do people say on Twitter when somebody like does something really bad and they want him to be suspended for a race? They say like fucking bench him for a race or something. There's like a little thing people in motorsports say. Oh, whatever. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's really no, it's like
it'll come to you.
Put a boot on his car. Don't let him move.
Take off all the tires. Fuck it.
It's just like you got to stop him somehow. SVG's leading for a hot minute in his beautiful Red Bull livery, the Red Bull paint scheme. And is this you? You put this? You could. I did like this. Yeah, go ahead.
I could feel people getting angry about it. I could feel people go, maybe we have too many ovals. We can't have SVG leading. I think Kana messaged me and was like, SVG's leading an oval. Do you think they're going to get rid of him?
Yeah.
Probably at this rate. I don't know where they went. But he was having a good time. He was very steady. Looked like he had picked a line, and he was following that. I was very proud of him. He looked very like we're making progress.
Do you think he was showing off because all his supercars friends had flown from Australia to see him?
I bet so. He's like, you guys want to see me lead the race for a minute?
It's like when your friend shows up and you're like at work and you're like, do you want me to like get you something to drink?
Yeah, we like open the cash register for you.
Yeah, I do work here. Yeah, they let me run things. Just don't tell my manager. Anyways. No, I was very proud of SVG. And like, what are they going to do when he starts dominating? It's like they already have playoffs. You know what I mean? What are they going to do when he dominates? I thought playoffs were supposed to be the solution.
More playoffs. A second playoffs have hit the NASCAR schedule.
It's like just like 6 in-season tournaments. And that's how they choose who gets to go to playoffs is who wins the in-season tournaments.
Dude, I think if you win the in-season tournament, this is an opinion I'm making right now. Have not cooked on it at all.
Say it. I know what you're going to say and you're so brave.
If you win the in-season tournament, you should automatically get into the playoffs.
Fuck it. No, I love that.
Everyone was cool with Cody Ware winning. Here's a threat. Ty Gibbs. He's in. He won. What do you want me to do?
No, yeah. Dude, if I was Ty Gibbs right now, I'd be like, fuck was this for? Huh? I
$1
want a real
million dollars.
I want a real tournament. A real tournament. Dude, put them in. Cowards. Okay. Sick. Logano is leading stage 3. And everybody's scared again. Guys, I'm going to be honest. There were so many leaders in this race that I was just I was getting really, really scared. And I was like, okay, Joseph Logano, I didn't have this one on my books for today, but he's going to win. And then he spins himself out. But then here's tinfoil. Are you ready to put your tinfoil hat on?
Yep. I'll make sure it's extra tight to cut off the blood circulation.
Period. Okay, so he spins out near the entrance of pit lane, but he doesn't go down pit lane. He continues to squirm and finds himself on the grass and to the point where they have to bring out a caution. I don't remember exactly how this would have advantaged. I don't know who it was supposed to advantage, but apparently people are saying he did that on purpose and he should have just gone down pit lane, but he purposely brought out a caution. What do you think? I didn't give you enough information.
Him doing that.
I didn't give you enough information. You just got to take my word for it. What do you think?
What do I think? Based on what you told me, that's really fucked up of him. But I genuinely don't remember that sequence of event. I might have just been losing my goddamn mind that Joey Logano spun out. I was like, the heavens are opening. All of my wishes are being answered.
Everyone cheered.
It was really good. I felt like there was a moment in the NASCAR community where we were all like, hell yeah. We all said hell yeah in solidarity. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Okay, well, I think probably Joey Logano, if you guys are thinking he's doing something wicked and he's rigging it, there's a chance. Keep an eye on him.
Sure.
Okay.
Check his attenuator.
Dude, fucking double check that shit. So we have a lot of people at the front right now that there's a lot of energy happening at the front. Okay. We have a Ryan Preece at the front. I think we have Eric Jones at the front at this point. We have Justin Haley nearby. We have Daniel Suarez and then Kyle Larson. And I'm like, okay, so we have a lot of people that really, really, really want to win this race. And then the dumbest person I've ever met all up here at the same time. I was terrified. I was scared again. I thought we got rid of the Wicked Witch, Joey Logano, but I didn't feel safe. And it turns out Kyle Larson, he's calculated. He's a little calculated little guy, okay? He has so much hate in that small frame. And he decided to I think he fucked over Eric Jones first. Somehow Eric Jones got sent to the back, and I think it was a Kyle Larson.
Moved him out of line.
And you just see Eric Jones sink to the back, and I was like, that's crazy. And then he does the same fucking thing to Ryan Preece. Now I need you guys to know the point that me and MJ were at, where it was like, if Ryan Preece doesn't make the playoffs, somebody's going to jail. It might be us.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn marbles.
And he does it in the most wicked way too, because Ryan Preece is succumbed to the middle and everybody goes around him. He has a magnetic field repelling everybody around him.
He has the cheese touch.
That's the most tragic thing you can see at a drafting track is when you see somebody really going out there trying their hardest in their funfetti car with their pink little numbers on it, the number 60, and you're just thinking how good that diecast is going to look with the confetti on it, and then Kyle Larson
cheese touch
gives him the cheese touch. Nobody wants to hang out with him anymore. So what do you think that Kyle Larson's punishment should be? Jail? Torture? Are we following the Geneva Convention or I don't know. I'm open.
Oh, that makes me so mad. But I do have to say, so glad that after he massacred my favorite driver, sure, at least he didn't win.
Oh,
that would have been, could you imagine? I think there would have not been a podcast episode today.
We would have been too upset, guys. I'm going to be honest, we would have been too distraught. I don't think we would have been able to film. We would have been really sad.
For real.
Because it's I don't know. Ryan Preece, he takes it like a champ. You know what I mean? He was just he was on the radio and I think he just kind of was like, wish I had better homies behind me. Wish I had the homies. Sad. Wish I had the homies up there. I didn't have any homies.
The thing about drafting tracks is I'm always I think everyone should have to draft with everyone. We have to stop picking and choosing because people are going to feel left out.
No,
people are going to feel left out.
Yeah. What's sad too is when you see people learn in real time they don't have any friends. You know what I mean? It's really tragic. There's some people, I saw them throughout the race, they're like, I'm going to start a third line. Guys, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to start a third line. Everybody's like, I'm not going in that third line with you, bitch. I don't care I don't like you. And it's like, whew, they didn't calculate that. They thought they had friends. And I know Ryan Preece had friends. It's just not Kyle Larson.
Mm-mm.
Loser. Anyways, shout out Ryan Preece. All 4 wheels on the ground. Didn't win. Not in playoffs, but forever in our hearts. And I think he's going to still win this season. And he's going to win at the most opportune time to knock Kyle Larson out of playoffs. And it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good.
That would be nice. A little bit of a revenge tour.
It's going to be great. Okay, so we have Justin Haley in the lead. Cole Custer's fucking up here now. We got Daniel up here, and they're swapping every lap. Like somebody else is in the lead, and it's like I really don't want this to be Cole Custer. Kyle Larson's still kind of up here being annoying. I'm like, please don't let it be Kyle Larson. So I'm at this point, I'm like, Justin Haley or Daniel Suarez. Those are my guys. We're gonna find a way for them to win this race. And we're getting towards the end, and we get on the last lap, and out of nowhere comes Ryan Blaney. And I don't think Ryan Blaney knew. I'm going to make it a lot of people are upset at Ryan Blaney. They're saying, why did he win? Everybody's asking you to delete it. Nobody wanted you to win. We wanted a new winner. You ruined the fun. I feel like he didn't realize that Daniel Suarez was going to win. And he saw Cole Custer and Kyle Larson. He said, I got to do something.
Mm.
He didn't know that Justin Haley and Daniel Suarez were going to win, or else he would have let him. He didn't know.
No, this is just another, kids at home, if you're listening, this is just another example of the rich get richer. Penske's going to win. They're going to make sure they kick every single person around them who need the win, who are, need those resources. And they're going to go, no, I know you're in a drought. I know that you guys don't have drinkable water, but I'm actually going to fill my swimming pool with bottled water right now. So like that sucks for you. But, like, I've got to go swimming, I'm sorry that you guys are dying of dehydration and, like, you don't know what your future is going to look like. But, like, I got to take a dip in the pool. And to me, that's Ryan Blaney. Now I'm mad at him. Wrong Ryan. Didn't want him to win.
It's a powerful metaphor.
Yeah.
It's a powerful metaphor, MJ. I don't know. I just think that Daniel Suarez looked real good in that Coca-Cola car.
I know. I love that car.
It's a really beautiful car. It didn't set on fire today. No fire for Daniel, no flipping for Ryan. Can we call that a win in a way?
A consolation prize, I'll call it. Nothing more.
And nothing for Justin Haley. Well, he's going to be a girl dad. Congratulations, Justin Haley.
Yeah, congratulations.
Girl
that's
dad.
Lovely.
Oh, that's exciting.
Man. He was so won. Close, too.
Yeah.
He's just had such a bad season with everything. Like, he had his crew chief left, and then everything got bad from there. He was driving his fire car. He got caught in a lot of wrecks that he had nothing to do with. Is he coming back next year? I don't know. I actually genuinely do not know who has contracts for next year. And I'm going to wait till Taylor Kitchen makes a video to let me know who has contracts for next year. Worried about him.
Scared.
But bless his heart.
Bless his heart. So Ryan Blaney wins. He afterwards is told that Alex Bowman's going to give him like 5 billion beers.
7 million beers. And Ryan Blaney goes, you know what? I'll save him some money. I'll only take 5 million.
He's a generous guy in some ways. I'm sorry he took all the water for the swimming pool, but at least he's cutting Alex Bowman a break,
Yeah, at least he's only getting rich get richer, guys. I'm telling you. This is bigger than NASCAR.
This is bigger than NASCAR. Also, I have to say, so he does like a very lame celebration. And MJ's my source on this. So if it's not true, guys, blame MJ. She tells me that Ryan Blaney was told not to do burnouts and stuff by Roger Penske.
I don't know if it was Roger Penske. No, now that you've put this all on me, I'm taking everything back. Okay. I don't know if any of this happened.
Just kidding. I have a different source. It's not MJ, but they said something eerily similar to what MJ told me. And I'm going to repeat it now, but it's not from MJ. that he doesn't do burnouts and stuff like that because he was like kind of told by Penske, somebody in Penske, Roger Penske himself, something along those lines, like not to do burnouts, even though he's the only one that seems to do that on Team Penske, and that Austin and Joey just do whatever the fuck they want. He then also in the radio after the race, Roger Penske comes on and he goes, "Good job, buddy." And he goes, "Thanks, bud. I mean, boss man. Thanks, boss." Do you think he's scared of Roger?
No, I think
Roger's
he just has
scared of
really like dorky guy humor, and he thinks like the stuttering thing is like funny.
Mm.
You know, where you're like, oh, I mean, it's like, no.
I mean, boss.
Yeah.
Did I see that? Okay.
I don't know. I'd be scared of Roger Penske if he was cutting my checks. I'd be scared of anyone cutting my checks.
I'm scared all the time. I'm scared I'm going to get fired every day. I go into work scared. Everybody's scared.
Constantly terrified.
And that's capitalism. And that's not... Okay, whatever. That's a different podcast. If you guys want to listen, we can do that podcast at a different time. Hey, put a pin in that. We'll talk about that later. But anywho, we get this delightful graphic that shows going into playoffs, our situation. And they fucking right away, bitch, put a fucking red line. I was like, we just ended the race. I'm already scared. And they have everybody that's in playoffs, and then under the red line, the ones that are scared and in danger going into next week. Already we have Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Austin Dillon, Josh Berry below the cutoff line. Do you think it's too soon for us to get serious like this? I was scared immediately.
In my personal opinion, I think we should just trim them out from the start. Make this what would it be? 7? Make this a 7 race playoffs. Everything else is 7. If you think about it, like all other playoff series that do little series, yeah, might as well. Yeah, and then it could be, we can use that branding. Just cut them out. Let's be so fucking for real with me. Those are probably the people we're going to be cutting out next week. Or not next week, after first round.
No, Alex Bowman's going to really turn things around.
Yeah, he's going to turn it around and head straight into the wall. That's what we've been seeing all year. It's like...
No. Alex Bowman's fine. He's good. Okay, so who do you want to see go? Who's the first 4 that you would like to see trimmed?
I don't even know.
And this doesn't have to be based on like skill. It doesn't have to be based on anything. It doesn't have to. It's just like MJ's personal playoffs. Like she's deciding. I think I'm cool with it being Austin Dillon and Josh Berry. I guess we shit on Josh Berry. I don't have any problems with Josh Berry. I just kind of forget he's there. You know what I mean? So it's like best that we just go ahead and, you know what I mean? Austin Dillon, I don't like him. I think we could go ahead and trim.
Well, Austin Dillon, though, he's good at Darlington, apparently.
Fuck. Gotta keep an eye on that guy. He's gonna weasel his way out of this round.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I don't know. I'm not saying anything yet. I think I'm gonna come up with my predictions
week by week,
and then we can do that, and then we can make like a graphic and post them because I do want to like think about it. I want to look at the races. I'm tired of making a fool of myself.
So are we gonna make a graphic of who we think like before this next weekend, who we think is in danger?
I think
this round.
No, I think we do like the whole entire playoffs prediction.
Ooh. And we got to do it this week.
We got to do it by Tuesday.
Okay. Wait, is there like a way for us to do that? Is there a bracket like? Or, no.
There's one on the NASCAR app, but it like you have to choose them as like the rounds go on, so it's not like a bracket like
it's like who's
any other professional sport does.
Who's going to make it out of this round? Who's going to make it out of this round? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm down. Pretty serious about making good predictions. I will say. I'm excited for us to revisit our motorsports predictions that we made at the beginning of the year. I'm really excited. I think that we said some crazy shit on there. I think we really did not. Too. I think we did not cook. I think there was fire alarms going off. We weren't listening. It was scary.
It'll be interesting.
Anything else on NASCAR?
I don't think so. Oh, I did see. I think you'll think this is funny. Connor Zilic tweeted out that he made his first big boy purchase and he tagged Dale Jr. and William Byron and it was a link to a receipt. You want to guess what he bought?
a Dale Earnhardt truck off Facebook Marketplace.
No, it's even better. He bought the Lego Titanic set for like $670.
Fucking no. Do we have financial advisors in NASCAR? Can we get one?
Clearly we don't.
Okay. Who's your fan
When's
favorite?
he gonna have time to do that?
Oh, well, I don't know. I think he'll make time. He doesn't have a real job, I guess.
Like
he
the 2-week off season?
Yeah. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have a pet. He doesn't have
Yeah, but
kids.
that doesn't give you time. Oh, I guess it does a little bit. My fan favorite is... Fuck it, Justin Haley. There was really something about his promo that he did last week with the women's soccer team only hit my feed this week, so I'm counting it as this week. He announced that he was going to be a girl dad, super excited for him, had an absolutely monster race at the Daytona 500. Plus, I have a friend named Haley, so...
No, it's good. That's good. And then I think my fan favorite is going to be... Brad. I think he did his big one this week with the cutoff fire suit sale. Yeah. I think he made a great marketing move by including Ryan Preece in the commercial for that. I think that was great. And I also thought it was kind of funny after the big one in stage 1, where we're all mourning so many losses of so many people who their race is completely over. And they cut to commercial, and it's that fuck-ass Consumer Cellular commercial with Brad in the cutoff fire suit. Right? Like, it's like, that's what I want to go to probably right after the big one. I think it's good. And I like it. No RFK representation in playoffs.
That's too bad. They were all close too.
Fuck. Hate it. Hate to see it. Anyways, let's just end laps down probably on that depressing note.
Sorry. I want one of those Ryan Preece diecasts though. I think I don't know how diecasts happen. I don't know if they make them for everyone, but if they make it for that one, you bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna be buying that. I'm gonna be purchasing it. I'm gonna put up a shelf right behind me. People always say that my wall is so bare. Sorry, I have commitment issues and I'm not allowed to use tools. Right there. It's just gonna be Ryan Preece in the middle of my wall.
We did have a late night venture on the RFK website. I'm just saying, RFK, if you guys are looking for any content creators to partner with, I have a friend who has a very barren wall and would want one of those build submarine flags real bad, but they're like
I'm
$50.
Not paying $50 for one. Just think how good that. Does anyone want to sponsor my wall?
Wait. A business opportunity. Is any race team out there interested in sponsoring specifically MJ's wall? Honestly, I could make something happen here.
You could make some space.
Should we have 2 prime sponsorship locations? Lapsdown is open to being sponsored by teams that are looking to fill our wall space.
Yeah.
Oh, we were on an ARCA car. We were on an ARCA car this week.
Oh yeah. ATYL sponsored an ARCA car. I couldn't tell you who it was. I don't remember off the top of my head, but 4 Laps was on there, which is something that we do and during the IndyCar season. There will be another episode this week.
It's Mr. Brayton. And he had this beautiful strip on the bottom of his car with all of the ATYL logos of all the different shows. Some good buddies at ATYL also had their shows featured. But shout out to Taylor Kitchen for being so kind to us this year and the ATYL family. And we have one more race preview coming up on Nashville for 4 Laps. But we do have some great off-season content that we're looking at doing for 4 Laps as well. And it's been really fun expanding into that family. All right. Well, with that, bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you on
MJ said, wrap it. She's like, we can do this Midwestern goodbye shit all day. Goodbye.
Bye.